enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Oh, you got that right, Jay. Thank you so much.
Calling Jay's comments palaver?
It's not palaver. It's the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
The most popular show in satellite radio history.
The history, yes.
That's right, right here. And getting bigger every day.
Of the satellite.
Wow, we got two updates on two big stories. Pilot error.
Yeah.
Pilot error.
Yep.
Everyone was going with icing on the wing, talking about that crash in Buffalo.
Yeah.
That crashed into that house, killing one dude in the house. That's got to be the worst.
Yeah, that's unlucky lottery.
Because that's the safest place in the whole world, your bed.
Yeah, you got to figure.
You're in bed all warm, nice, with the one you love or by yourself, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you're into, or some 16-year-old killer, whatever.
Yeah.
You still feel like it's the safest place on earth, right? It feels like a nest, like nothing could go wrong in this spot.
The safety of your house.
Boy, not for that dude in Buffalo.
The last thing you expect is a giant nose cone and propellers to just hack through your roof and hit you.
To give you the worst headache ever for a split second and then death.
Donnie Darko. An engine falls on you.
So he was in bed when it happened? He was sleeping?
I assume.
Oh.
I punched it up a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe he was walking around looking at kitty porn on the internet. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was a creep.
One of the two, right? Who knows?
Or maybe the real irony, he was trying to get his kid to eat, and he was doing the airplane thing. Come on, eat the potato.
Here comes the airplane into the hangar. Whoops.
That would make it really creepy because I think the kid was like 15 or 16. But, wow.
Maybe he was with a radio disc jockey.
Well, we're going to get to the second update in a second.
Oh, boy. That story's sexy.
Smothered for what? All right.
Oh, boy.
Really fast, though. Pilot error. I don't know shit about flying, but goddamn does Ant know. He knows the whole damn story.
I do my little studying.
Yeah, but basically the guy, pulled up on the stick?
Yeah.
And it was pilot error. It wasn't icing that caused that horrific plane crash in Buffalo.
Yeah, the icing was like a peripheral issue because the plane started to feel a little shaky. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. Before a plane stalls, the wing stalls, it'll shake a little bit.
Yeah.
And he pulled back on the stick, which is...
that makes sense.
It's a no-no.
But it makes sense. You're stalling.
Yeah.
Pull back on the stick. That's what I would do.
It's kind of an instinctive thing where you figure you want to stay in the air, so you want to go up. Mm-hmm. So you would pull back on the stick when the thing you're really supposed to do is put your nose down.
Yeah.
So you get your speed back up. Yeah, this guy pulled up. Oops, there goes the wing stall, and you pretty much wing over.
But you do anything if you know you're not going to be in the air.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't start flapping his wings like, oh.
Probably did. Or pedaling his feet.
Right.
Like, I'll pedal my feet.
Yeah.
Try to stay in the air.
So that's a no-no. So if the plane looks like it's going to stall, you're supposed to do the opposite of what this guy was doing?
Yeah, it has to do with altitude, too. If you're stalling out close to the ground, but not close enough to land, you're screwed.
Yeah.
But if you got a little altitude, you're supposed to nose down, get the speed back up, and then, airspeed takes care of stalls.
Wow.
For the most part. Unless, you got a lot of ice on the wings, but apparently they're saying they didn't have that much ice on there. So.
No, they're calling the ice factor minimal impact on how the plane performed.
Yeah.
So basically meaning that the plane should have kept flying nice.
Was that the one with the chick pilot, or was that the guy pilot?
I think it was a chick pilot.
Oh,
Sorry
Jesus.
to the chicks out there, but this one doesn't look good for you guys.
And I got to say, you always, when you look in that cockpit there, you like kind of, you like seeing Sully. You like seeing a guy that looks like Sully in there.
Not necessarily, man. Those guys are drunks.
I'd rather have a drunk guy.
I see him in the bar, sharing pitchers of beer.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, what, you're going to drive home now, or are you flying a plane? It's
I would
either
hope
or.
They are just come back from a flight and we're maybe driving home, yeah.
That's what I mean, though.
All drunk.
I mean, if they're around a table, sharing pitchers of beer, there's two options.
Yeah.
They're going home to their loved ones in a car, or they're getting back in a plane and flying somewhere.
Yeah. I know they used to say 12 hours bottle to throttle.
Yeah.
And that doesn't seem like enough time.
Hell no.
I've still been shit-faced after 12 hours.
Yeah.
So, well, whatever. pilot era. You look up there, you just want to see a seasoned gentleman, some gray hair, perhaps tucking out from under that professional hat, that nicely pressed pilot suit. That's what you want to see. I don't want to see a chick going like, oh, here she is. She wants to play pilot.
You described something you never see, though. The suit's a little, like, wrinkled. The hair's a little askew.
You know something?
The hat is on just slightly off-center.
Maybe on those little commuter flights.
Yeah.
But when you take, a nice airline, and you see the pilots getting on, I looked one day, because I was kind of standing right behind the pilot at one point, and he just got like a haircut. It was perfectly coiffed. His suit was like, it had a nice seam on the sleeve and everything.
That's wonderful. That was covering up his alcoholism.
Well, or something else, He's probably an obsessive-compulsive jerk, ironing his shirts. So he's up all night. His eyes are bloodshot.
Yeah.
I can't get the crease straight.
Yeah, he had 10 minutes sleep because he had to get his uniform just right.
And his haircut.
Right. You're crazy,
He probably hates touching clouds with the plane. So he has to, like, fly up and dip and left.
Clouds are dirty.
Yes.
Stay away from the dirty clouds.
Dirty clouds. You're weaving all over the sky because this idiot can't touch a cloud.
That would be insane. Imagine he's the best pilot ever, but he can't touch clouds.
But he can't touch the cloud.
That's the only problem.
Oh,
so he passes his destination by 100, 200 miles.
Oh, yeah.
Until he gets blue skies, so then he can duck under the clouds and turn back around.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be, looks about an hour and 20 minutes, could be 2 hours late.
Yeah.
Seems to be a very filthy, puffy thing in front of the plane. We're going to have to avoid that at all costs, believe me. I won't be able to fly through this thing. It's filthy. The plane was just washed. Like my hair, just got a cut.
Yeah. I love that concept. What can we do with that concept? A pilot that can't touch
clouds. You're in the sky.
Yeah. And everyone just looks the other way, all right, he's got his fault, but he's a great pilot.
It's the pilot's final word whether they go or not. Like they can look at the weather reports and everything like that, but it's pretty much the pilot's word and his decision whether to go. Right. I can see him with his hands on his hips. Nice, bright, sunny day, looking up, but there's one cloud up there, and he goes, "Nope, call it off." People are waiting there, and what happened?
Just obsessed with clouds.
What happened? There's floating shit in the sky. That's what happened. Well, he takes off and he flies at 100 feet for like 70 miles, and like, what are we doing? And it's like he just doesn't like the clouds.
100 feet. This lunatic doesn't like that cloud. He's gonna jam on the brakes any second.
He's really good, but he's good. Don't worry about it.
I've been on his plane numerous times. It's just a nightmare. We'll get there eventually when he figures out his problems.
The bottom of the plane's all green from scraping treetops.
Right.
He's just a weirdo.
Right. But never crashes.
No.
Really knows what
he's really good. He just doesn't like dirty clouds.
How many banks left? He has to bank right, too. He has to bank both ways.
He banks one way once. He's got back the other way twice.
Yeah. Tick, left. Tick, right. His wing has to go right.
Oh, what a creep he would be.
The OCD pilot. Yeah.
How about he has to just obsessively drop from the sky a few thousand feet?
Yeah.
Because it feels right.
Thank you for flying with us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for flying with us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for flying with us, ladies and gentlemen.
Up 1,000, down 500. Up 1,000, down 500.
I'm getting word the pilot wasn't a girl.
Wow.
But then someone says woman had more airtime in that type of plane than the man did.
Alrighty.
And then we got a pilot's perspective. Perspective. Anthony.
Ooh, I like Bob. What's up, Bob?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
What do you fly, my friend?
I fly the airplane that was involved in the accident.
Oh. You don't mind clouds, do you?
No, I don't mind clouds. Guys, after 5 years of listening, I finally figured you hit a topic that finally got me going. Because you get all these calls in the morning, guys calling you in saying, hey, man, this isn't cool what you guys are talking about.
Right.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I know. You finally hit one that hit close to home. But, hey, guys, for the most part, we do the best job we can. And, the training is top-notch. The plane's top-notch. I know you guys got a good topic to go on this morning. But, hey, if you ever look at saw we got paid and saw what we have to go through on a day-to-day basis to do what we do, I think you'd have a different perspective on it.
Well, you know what it is? You're a pilot, right?
Yeah.
It's like I was reading a book. The book was called Pilots Are Bums. We like pilots, dude. How do you think we get anywhere?
Yeah, right. We probably fly more than most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not more than me.
I was just
True.
I was just thinking. I got 4 flights in the next 2 months. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Which would be 8 back and forths. 4 back and forths.
No, I definitely know what goes into it and everything like that, and it is a pretty amazing. When you think about it, it is an amazing thing. You're flying.
Yeah.
But occasionally when these things happen, you kind of go like, when you hear pilot error, you're like, what the hell happened? God, there was a breakdown in something.
Bob, we're 2 minutes into your phone call, and you still haven't given us the perspective part. That you called in about.
You ever ice up a little bit? You ever almost stall?
No.
You got to stall in training, though.
Yeah, you do stall in training, but the a lot of it's the FAA guidelines that they train us to.
Yeah.
Definitely doesn't address what happened up there above.
Bob is proof that
the truth of the
flying
matter,
is extremely safe. He has nothing.
He's just thinking about flying.
Absolutely nothing.
He's just thinking about flying.
Right.
But
Leave Bob.
Bob, what about the fear pilots have? The clouds are really made of solid lead, and that they have to avoid them.
Well, as long as you avoid the clouds that are hiding the mountains, you're generally okay.
Hide in the mountains. Very good.
Yeah. All right, Bob. Thank you so much. We look forward to your next phone call.
One question from Bob.
With great anticipation.
Bob.
Oh,
There goes Bob.
He left?
That's perfect.
No, here, what's up?
Okay.
Oh,
What would happen if you were flying? Is there any way with the plane crash, if you were flying, and like say you hit turbulence and you dipped down left, and the plane rolled actually over, actually rolled, like where the ceiling was on the ground, it
A barrel
over.
roll.
There you go, a barrel roll. Is it survivable?
It depends on how much altitude you had, and how much training you had, if you had a little aerobatic experience. But, for the most part, we have that experience,
You ever see that, video of the 707 doing a barrel roll?
No. That's awesome, isn't it?
And how much altitude that fucking thing loses when he does it? Ooh. There's something about a 707 being sideways where it really it drops like a motherfucker. It was, demonstration that this guy was doing, and it's actually his son did a whole little blog on it or something, and they posted the video. And it's a 707. This guy was just kind of testing it out for Boeing, and did a barrel roll.
What's this? A 707? What's that? How old?
4 engines. It's an old plane. It was replaced by like the 747, pretty much. Back in the 60s, early 70s. It was huge. I mean, every plane movie you saw in the 60s was a 707.
Okay.
And to do a barrel roll in one of those fucking things is insane. But you could see how this thing dropped like a rock once the wings started really coming up, and it got like no lift because it doesn't have that speed like a fighter plane to just keep it going.
So the momentum didn't really...
Yeah.
The best part of that YouTube video is the comments from the pilot. You could tell he got schooled a little bit by Boeing. Hey, that was great, but don't do that again.
Yeah, how about you don't ever do that again?
Oh, really? It wasn't sanctioned?
No. Back then they were a little more of a hot dog, a little more hot dog-ish than they are now.
And he obviously he didn't have passengers or anything like that.
No.
Obviously, right. What was he, just flying the plane back to somewhere and just?
Yeah, I think he was doing like I think he was a test pilot or something. I'm not sure the exact circumstance. I just was awed by the fact that this guy was able to pull off a barrel roll with a 707.
I got a little puke in my mouth because we'll get into it a little later. They're remaking the Three Stooges. Are you insane?
I think this has to be a rumor.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, no, I actually know.
Thanks, Bob.
It is on every entertainment site.
I've known this for a while. I know someone who knows Sean. He's played Larry Fine, and they think that Del Toro.
I knew it was Larry Fine.
Yeah, they're going to play. He's
and
going to play.
Jim
Toro's got to play Mo.
And Jim Carrey's in it.
Carrey is the one that I didn't hear. That's the new addition. Jim Carrey.
Shemp. Or Curly.
He's going to put on 40 pounds.
He's got to play Curly. Yeah. Benicio playing Mo.
Yeah, that might make sense. I mean,
he's got a wacky accent still.
Dude, you could
a little bit.
But you could put the Three Stooges on Sunday. Well, that's a good day for the Three Stooges, right? Saturday or Sunday morning.
And what are they going to do?
It's a movie about them, I think, though.
And the show is a movie on the
about them, like
about them.
I think it's
that's better.
Okay, that's not
all
bad.
right.
Yeah,
now
that's
it
not the
makes
remake of the
sense.
show.
Meaning what? They're going to get into their personalities and what they were as people.
I'm
how they were as
thinking-
people, or whatever.
That's
well,
better.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm not as scared. I'm like, are they going to start making Three Stooges movies?
I'm Larry Fine, and I want to plunk you in the eyes with 2 fingers.
All right, well, maybe we should... What do you know on the Three Stooges, Travis?
Well, I know it's not a biopic.
It's not?
No.
So they're going to be making Three Stooges movies, basically.
As those guys are going to be acting as the Stooges, but it's not a biopic. I want to see a biopic. I don't want to see them make a movie where they're going,
No.
woo, 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 woo.
No. I don't think they would do that. Like, I couldn't picture Sean Penn signing on to do a remake of the Three Stooges
Sean
like
Penn
that.
will play Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know all that.
Oh, okay.
But we're trying to figure out what the movie's going to be. If it's
No,
gonna
apparently
be...
the Farrelly brothers wrote this like 10 years ago, and they've just been like trying to get it made.
How do you know it's not a biopic?
Because it says the film is not a biopic.
Okay.
So what is it?
Not a lot of room for interpretation.
Yeah.
It is a comedy built around the antics of the 3 characters that Mo Howard, Larry Fine, and Howard played in the Columbia Pictures shorts.
So they will be going woo 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 and doing
I didn't know that.
that. I thought it was a biopic. You sure it isn't a biopic?
Well, it says here this film is not a biopic.
Ah, okay. Well, that might.
And,
Prove it in a second article.
Yeah, give us. I want a second opinion sentence.
Absolutely.
Exactly. All of a sudden, that's the law. What is that shit you're reading?
Yeah.
this is from Variety.
Oh, what do they know about Hollywood?
Not much.
Not much, really.
The show has none of that on it.
All right,
This is
thank
Sean
you.
Penn's first comedy since 1989.
Great.
Which was?
How many? Wait, help me guess. It was something like the Priest movie with De Niro, or something like We're No Angels.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a comedy?
Yeah,
Wow.
I didn't see it.
I never saw
As a
it.
guess.
All right, thank you, Travis.
I
So,
thought Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
It's funny
That movie rocked.
when Tweety gets killed.
Kidding.
So comedies.
Oh wow, De Niro.
Yeah.
It's like he's in the room.
Yeah. God, it's Three Stooges. What are you doing?
That's silly.
What are you doing? Those movies are still solid.
Yeah.
George Weber's killer was caught. For the people outside New York, George Weber was a news guy, I guess. I don't know if I ever heard his voice. I guess I must have heard his voice.
On ABC, I guess, here in New York.
Yeah.
He'd broadcast with a ball gag in his mouth. It was always difficult.
Yeah, he'd
What a
be the
kinky
one.
boy he was.
Comes in the gimp suit in the morning.
Naughty.
One of George Weber's friends called us degenerates.
Yeah.
Just want to put that out there, by the way. I mean, it sucks what happened. It's horrific and horrible what happened to George Weber. But George Weber
Yeah, a sexy story now.
found a mandate. They called it a mandate from Craigslist. He wanted some rough sex.
Rough sex. The guy was into the rough sex.
And he got his rough sex.
He certainly did.
And a beating and a death.
And we have a MySpace.
Huh?
And we got a MySpace from this kid.
Yeah, it turns out it's a 16-year-old lunatic that loved knives.
Loves the knives. There's lots of pictures of him holding various knives, swords, things like that.
And he's in custody. They caught him upstate, I guess. He ran.
Yeah.
To the potential killers out there.
We want to help you out.
Yes. If you're going to flee, you don't flee to anyone you know.
Yeah.
That's where they're looking. You dummies.
Yeah, they're going to get you.
He assumed he could just hang out at his friend's house in upstate New York.
Why not?
In Middleton or somewhere.
It's far away.
Right. So they got him, and turns out he's confessed. He said that George Weber gave him $60 to basically smother and have sex with him.
And then he
Smother
said
him
he
and-
blacked out. He doesn't remember, like, the stabbing. Of course, that's convenient.
Right.
But, boy, this guy was a dirty, dirty boy. He liked the rough sex. The 16-year-old boy.
Big sub.
Yeah.
Craigslist is getting a bad rap again. They can't stop talking about Craigslist. So what? People have been doing this for years. They meet in bars. This is just easier.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why don't they talk about all the non-violent sexual experiences people have on Craigslist?
All right. Why don't you do that, Jim?
There's a lot of them.
or talk about the nice couch you bought. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the paper had to do an article. Well, no one has learned their lesson. These were some of the postings on Craigslist just last night.
Oh, they showed that?
Oh, yeah. It's
So if you want to be stabbed, please call this number. We'll only kill you at your house.
One post.
Outcall only.
One post was asking for light. What did he write? Light abuse.
Light abuse, I said.
Was it light abuse?
Oh,
that's
what is that? Just like spanking and maybe a little degrading? Call you an idiot?
I suppose. Probably some light abuse, probably spanking, little nipple play.
Ow! Oh, I don't like
Nipple
that.
torture.
I hate the nipple thing.
Leave them alone.
I love my nipples played with.
I know
No.
you do, Jimmy.
On a
Lightly.
guy, they're just there. They're there for silly reasons. On a girl, they're there for, the babies are supposed to feed on them, but we find them fantastic.
Yeah.
But on a guy, it's just like, why are they there?
No,
My girlfriend likes my nipples. Like, she likes playing with my nipples. And so, like, when I'm banging her, she'll be on her back, and then she'll have her arms kind of propped up like that, and I just kind of, as I'm fucking her, I'm brushing my nipples against the backs of her hands. She doesn't have to do anything. She likes that, though. It's really convenient. She's just trying to sit like she's getting her nails done. I'm pushing my nipples against her hand.
And then you go, what do you sound like when you come?
Oh, the woman's noise?
Yes.
I really did. I made woman's noises when I came. A couple times with her.
that means you're really into this woman there, Jimmy.
Yeah, I kind of have
Woman?
collapsing. Oh, no, who said that?
Woman?
Yes.
What's that?
Yes, exactly. Friend with breasts and an extra gift. She,
You call it the extra.
yes. She, like when I pull out, on the rare occasions where I decide to pull out, when I come, it's like I always just collapse forward on my hands.
Oh.
It really is like, it's fucking horrendous.
You can't just completely collapse your weight on the girl, so you try the one elbow thing, and I have no strength left.
Like a newborn fawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how much power is in that stuff. Once it
just
leaves
go,
your body, you're just done.
And
Well, you got to get rid of the poison.
Yes.
She has a dild and little dildo.
Uh-oh. Did that find a special place?
Not in me.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was getting a rod.
I just stopped breathing.
No. It was
Really? Don't make it sound like it's out of the realm of possibility, Jimmy.
Yeah. I didn't say and a great belt to go with it. She has it's brand new. I guess it still smells like rubber. And she took it out and it was rather large. I was like, ugh. Like I was kind of turned on that she likes that. But it wasn't as big as I thought, which was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did a little comparison when I was behind her. I didn't let her say it.
Oh, did you kind of?
Yeah.
Well, let me
It's
see.
thicker. It's thicker than my dick, and it's got me by like an inch.
Yeah.
But it was nothing that you'd be ashamed of. Like, it's fake. It's supposed to. It's a porn star dick, so it's like, all right.
Hey, sometimes the boxer with the shorter reach wins. It happens.
Yeah, it's true. But
The tail of the tape, it's not always who's going to win.
yeah, but when both have arms of equal, when the longer reach also has a thicker arm.
Nice big fat fist.
Yeah, tell it the fucking guys that fought Foreman. Fucking Joe Frazier.
Down goes Frazier. That woman was a bad mother effer.
Shut your mouth. Just talking about George Foreman.
He got a bum deal. He should have been the greatest boxer of all time, that George Foreman.
Yeah, what a bum deal he got, making trillions off of that stupid grill.
Yeah, but he wants to be known for the boxer he was, and
Well, he is. He was undefeated.
And his sons, George. All right, we get it.
Well,
You're a retard.
he retired too early, and I don't know. He had the potential to be the greatest of all time.
He became a reverend.
He was an animal.
A preacher or whatever. And after the Ali defeat, and he lost, he was like 60-5 or something. He had an amazing record. And he thinks that fight in Zaire with Ali, Foreman kind of thinks that the ropes, if you read his biography,
They loosened him up a little
he
bit.
feels they were loosened up so Ali could go farther back and kind of in the cradle of the ropes.
Right.
Foreman had suspicions about that fight all along. It was in his biography is called By George. I read it years ago.
By George.
Yeah, but that was the first rope-a-dope that Ellie did, right?
Well, maybe they didn't know he was going to rope-a-dope, but just in general.
I'm just thinking if you're a boxer and your opponent's trying something so weird and different, you can't figure it out.
Maybe that's why Ali rope-a-dopes. Maybe he felt the ropes were giving. I mean, again,
or maybe you try. Yeah, okay.
It's amazing they called it that, like not knowing what was going to happen to Ali years later because of that strategy. Oof.
They say he's all there, though. He just can't communicate it.
Yeah.
They say he's completely there, and that's what his nightmare is. He just can't communicate what he's thinking.
Skills.
Right.
That's great.
Oh, yeah, you just saw when we were kids.
Unlike our own Iraq.
Yeah, then it would be called rape-a-dope.
Speaking of rape-a-dope, so George Weber. Here's the latest. They got the 16-year-old creep who, of course, neighbors are saying was a loner, and they
kind of a loner. Yeah,
they left him alone. They were scared of this kid.
Yeah,
and his MySpace pictures. We're looking at him. I thought these were sort of photoshopped in the paper, but a lot of pictures of the kid with knives.
He likes. I like knives.
He loves knives. Here's what we got.
Why'd you do it? Go ahead and gawk. It's not every day you get a glimpse of a self-styled devil-worshipping, sadomasochistic, knife-loving, accused teenage killer. So look closely at 16-year-old John Cadis. Tonight, he's under arrest, accused of silencing one of the most well-known voices on New York News Radio, killing George Weber in a 50-stab frenzy of knife-wielding gore. From his website, this ghoulish glimpse of the teenager who put his love for knives on full display, posing here with a blade at his own throat. Tonight, police stand watch outside his home here in Elmhurst, Queens, where off-camera neighborhood kids tell me they remember Cadis as a freaky firebug, torching garbage cans near the local park.
Oh, great. One of these kids.
Yeah, a little bit of everything going on there.
And just, you don't have to
Didn't
pump
get
it
no
up.
daddy's love.
Anyone can pose with a knife up to their neck. It's,
Yeah.
They got to pump it up. Look, trust me, it tells the story without having you to go, and believe it or not, he posed with a knife right up to his neck.
Wow.
Ooh.
This devil worshipping. He's got like the same anarchy sign on his logo on his page that like a hell of a lot of people have.
Yeah.
Look, he's a devil worshiper. Look, he's this. He's the knife to his neck. He's just a douche is what he is.
Cops busted Cadis on the run at an upstate bus station after he reportedly confessed to taking part in a drug and alcohol-fueled prelude to plans for kinky sex with Weber after responding to a personal ad on Craigslist. What broke the case wide open, cell phone and internet records that practically pinpointed the killer, who reportedly also left gory evidence at the crime scene. His own blood. Signs the 47-year-old Weber put up a struggle to save his life. Cadis reportedly attacking the duct-tape newsman when Weber somehow managed to pull a knife. One family member of the suspect who is inside the courthouse tonight refused to go on TV tonight to say this, but he did tell assembled reporters, quote, "There is stuff about the victim that has not been reported."
Stuff about the victim that has not been reported. Oh, boy. I can only wonder what the fuck that is. That's a kinky-ass story. This guy was into some shit. Why don't they talk about that? They talk about this 16-year-old,
right?
Like a maniac, which he is. I'm not saying he's not, but Jesus Christ, it's not like this news guy was walking down the street and was attacked by this kid.
Right.
He searched him out for rough sex, finds they're toying about.
He was into some dangerous behavior, man.
He's into dangerous behavior. Thank you. That's exactly it. He's into dangerous friggin' behavior.
They found pictures of George Weber in his room with, like, men and you know.
Oh, really?
But, you know.
Can you tweet those, please? Give us a little tweet. tweet. Oh, wow.
Was the 16-year-old a homosexual?
He says he was heterosexual.
So he was just, that's what I'm wondering if he had no intentions of doing anything with George Weber.
Yeah, hetero.
Huh?
How is he hetero if he's up there accepting ads from guys? This guy was like, come on.
Well, how many ads did he accept? Was this a one and done that all of a sudden the crazy got to him and he said, wow, here we go, I'm doing this?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he's more into the, smothering thing.
I wonder if this winner of the bad sneaker competition, I wonder if it's worse than the sheets.
Oh, Anthony, let it go.
I just didn't say. What? I'm not saying anything. I'm just. What? I didn't say anything, really.
If you think about it.
If you think about it, really.
I didn't say anything either.
Yeah,
It could be anything.
sure. Whoops.
So there's your George Weber update.
Yeah, start talking about. I mean, every newscast I've heard on this, they haven't mentioned one thing about his dangerous behavior and lifestyle.
No, I think they have.
What?
I think it goes deeper, obviously, but they
not deep enough.
they kind of gave you the bullet points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. They all talk about, well-known, beloved newsman, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It's like you say, hey, what kind of creep was this guy?
He might have been into some creepy stuff, right?
Oh, man.
It points toward that.
Duct tape him up. They like to be smacked around like that.
Mm-hmm.
Rough sex. Smother him. You like to be smothered? The hell's that about? What happened to fucking?
People like something called mummification, too, which I don't get.
Mummification?
What's that, Jimmy?
King Tut was into that.
Yeah.
Oh, Aunt, don't be so fresh.
I'm literal Aunt.
Don't disparage King Tutankhamun.
Oh, by the way, before Jimmy moves on and teaches us something here, Larry Love from Philly, 16-year-old, doesn't that make George Weber a pedophile?
Well, pederast.
Why all the talk of beloved newsman?
Yeah.
When this guy is really a perverted kid.
You're absolutely right. He's actually was going to get fucked by somebody who's underage. You're right, man. That is weird the way the news is painting it.
Yeah.
If that was a shock jock going to fuck a 16-year-old girl and she killed him,
they
would not be attacking the 16-year-old girl. And I'm not saying that this kid's not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But they're not saying anything even about what a kinky freak Weber was.
Right.
You're right. It's a good point.
You know how easy it would be for a girl to defend? Just go, oh, my God, I was just in there, and he got all rough and this, and I had to stab him, and it's okay, sweetie. You go home. You go home now.
So, mummification. And what do we do?
Yeah.
I can make fun of anything, but for some reason, like, King Tut was off limits with me. Like, anything, pedophilia, murder, it's all fine. But, like, whenever you guys did King Tut, I'd be like, oh,
leave Tutankhamun alone.
Yes, let's not disparage his memory. And I would never explain why I had this affection for the great boy king.
The boy king.
So, mummification, a lot of S&M got people into this, and I don't get it. Is they want to be like they want to be saran wrapped with their hands at their sides, everywhere except a little hole poked with their nose, arm, and mouth, and smothered with the mistress's ass. So it's called breath control as well.
And then occasionally she's got to get up.
Oh, of course she's controlling her life.
And then with her ass.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, that's why I'm stammering really bad, because just the thought of what you just said just creeped me out.
Dude, it makes my...
I'm going for a breath.
It makes it hard for me to breathe.
I watched those murder shows, and a few people have died. I've been killed.
Sure.
Where they put the duct tape over someone's mouth, and then they pinch their nose.
Yeah.
And just hold them there. And it's like, I can't imagine that.
Let's get to fun stuff. By the way, someone...
I thought this was the fun. Yeah.
Someone brought up the fact that the newsman, can he use any more adjectives to describe this kid?
Oh, I know. Yeah, he went off, didn't he?
What was it? Where was that again? We got that, Danny. Travis, sorry.
Radio man, sex date with devil. Not perverted radio guy who is going to get fucked by an underage person.
Right.
Let me hear. I got to hear all the adjectives again.
Why'd you do it?
Go ahead and gawk. It's not every day you get a glimpse of a self-styled devil-worshipping, sadomasochistic, knife-loving, accused teenage killer, so look closely.
Not every day you get a look at.
Vince McMahon should use that for his, for his next wrestler.
It's not every day.
Not every day.
Of course not. Wish it was.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. And
Self-styled.
Self-styled, right. Quick break and we'll continue?
Yeah.
We got a busy show today, man.
Radio.
We have, we got Judah Friedlander's coming in. We have the band Anvil coming in. They have a documentary called
Did you see
Anvil.
it?
I did.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was very good.
You liked it?
I did, yeah, man. I liked it a lot. It was interesting. It was really interesting to watch this band. They were pretty influential on guys on Metallica and Guns N' Roses.
They were never big.
Never huge, no.
I never heard of them.
Yeah, this documentary's trying to say that they were sort of big. They never were big. They were on their way at the same time all these other bands were on their way. And
Foundry's bigger.
Yeah. And
Foundry's more well-known.
And this band was just left behind. And the documentary starts with Lars from Metallica, the dude from Anthrax that's just got to get rid of that stupid goatee. Stop it.
Yeah.
Enough.
Scott,
it's ridiculous. Scott Ian. He might be a cool dude. I'm sure we got a lot of Anthrax fans, but enough. We get it. You want to be different. Yeah. You want people to notice you. Stop.
It's 2009.
The thing is
for
now,
fuck's sake.
His goatee is now 3 feet. You're a big Anthrax fan, aren't you, Danny? Okay. Someone around here is. So
he's actually a fan of the disease, not the band.
Did you know Annabelle, Danny, who they were?
No, I'd never heard of him, actually.
Yes, so Scott, his goatee is like 2.5, 3 feet now. It's ridiculous, but whatever. But then Slash all saying this
Lemmy.
band. Oh, Lemmy, right?
Lemmy was interviewed in it,
and they're all saying that we all were influenced by this metal band outside of Toronto, Canada.
Did Lemmy know who he was talking about?
I think so.
I've spoken with Lemmy, and wow.
And the guys never made it. They had some little success.
Yeah.
And then they had some success in Europe. But not much, and they're now in their 50s still trying to make it.
It's really a weird, like, you kind of, it's kind of sad in a way because regardless of the fact that, look, they're not as good as Metallica, obviously, but when you see guys that want it that bad and they've been working for, literally, they showed a clip of them from 1982, an 82 clip, and they were talking about, like, yeah, we've been together for 4 or 5 years, which applies 77, 78. So it's like, since I would love to know, can we get a list of, like,
30 to 32 years they've been at it.
What was the #1 show on TV? I wanted to email Steve or Dan last night. I forgot.
In what, 77?
Yeah, or 78, say.
I would say either Fantasy Island, Love Boat, a Happy Day. No, Happy Days was probably falling off by that point.
Really?
60 Minutes. Still on.
MASH.
No, Happy Days was in its heyday.
Is that 77 there?
Yeah, 78, say.
Yeah, late 70s.
You got Laverne and Shirley was #1. Happy Days, Three's Company, 60 Minutes, Charlie's Angels, All in the Family, Little House on the Prairie, Alice, MASH, and One Day at a Time.
Used to be
One
sad.
Day at a Time.
Linda Lavin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Singing her own theme song. Remember that?
Used to be shy. It's me.
There's a new girl in town, and she's looking good. There's a fresh new face in the neighborhood. There's a new girl in town.
Wait,
Shut up. And then she'd end up on, like the Mike Douglas singing that fucking jazz shit.
Is it a fresh new face or a fresh freckled
face? Yeah. I think they changed the lyrics. They go, at the end. At the end, she goes, there's a new girl in town, and she's looking good. Shut up, you jazz shit.
Do we have it?
Can we go to break with that?
No, we got it right here.
Derek rules.
Early to rise.
Sings her own theme song, pompous cunt.
And in between, I cooked and cleaned and went out of
Wait till it kicks in. Buried in echo. Here we go. Hold on. Here it comes.
There's a new girl in town. She's looking good.
God, she's sassy.
In the neighborhood.
She was never the new girl.
No. New old dried up bitch with a fucking adult kid.
Right. Yeah, she makes it sound like it was a young mother with a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
You're right.
She's a young fucking
the
MILF.
kid was a teenager. Her face was already starting to dry out.
She's a hagged old waitress in a diner.
You're a lasagna-bellied hash.
Yeah, you're no catch, bitch.
Yeah. Right. We went to the tough targets on this show.
A new girl in town, looking good.
She just found a town where she could get the crystal meth nice and easy.
Wait, was that was the word she said that was so bad, right?
God.
Makes you uncomfortable to hear that?
I can't even tell you. Yeah, that whole, she thought she was so jazzy. Yeah. And then she'd go on those bad talk shows. Mike Douglas, the other one, fucking, what was his name? Merv Griffin. She'd go on Merv, Dinah Shore. And she couldn't just come on and talk about Stupid Alice, the show. It's like, and as a lot of people don't know, Linda Lavin is an accomplished jazz singer. Here she is with her latest song of her new album, Like and God. Oh, and then she sits down. I'd like to thank the band. How did those shows ever fucking survive? We really were retarded. Like up until 20, 30 years ago. Yeah. Completely sheepishly retarded. Merv.
That shit was good for its time.
Yeah, was it?
Merv was all right.
Linda Lavin being brought on. All these stars wanted to sing on the shows.
It was the era of the variety show.
And it was the let's just applaud everything and name drop.
We're gonna get a lot more variety shows because the Osbournes.
Yeah. You think that's going to be because I saw that
there's going to be a lot of variety shows because all these sort of variety shows do huge ratings. American Idol kind of variety show, right?
Is it?
You know, not as much variety, but there's an entertainment thing. Then you got the Dancing with the Stars, does massive numbers.
But variety shows have to be
a little of everything with stars and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
It's not. I wouldn't consider that. Those are more contest shows like that goddamn the one with Ed McMahon, Star Search, and things like that. The variety show is a very odd fucking concept from the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Where they would just put people together and put them in situations where they're not supposed to be in it. And it's not fun to watch.
Well, Rosie O'Donnell bombed, and she had Streisand on, and her special was one and done, I think, right? She fucking...
that's
really?
That's right. I forgot about that.
For Rosie to tank, man, because she's got that audience.
She doesn't have it in her anymore. She's very talented, but she gave up on it.
She never had it in her.
Yeah, well, good point, huh? But she's given up on everything.
She's looking
food. She's looking good.
Yeah.
A fresh, fat face in the neighborhood. Like, she fucking that affected voice.
Oh, she fucking stinks.
There's a new girl in town, and she's looking.
And Vic Tayback, that fat Greek cock of his.
Oh, just fucking yelling at the girls, getting chest hair in the food.
Stow it. That's what he'd yell when he'd put it in Flo's shitter.
Yeah. Stow it, Flo.
He'd yell, stow this.
Oh, kiss my grits. All right.
Yeah,
she calls it grits.
She was a yeast infection. It was white and milky.
Just leave a ring of grits around your fucking bag.
Yeah. That's how you know someone was fucking Flo. They had grit balls.
Kiss my grits.
Stupid Vera.
Vera was a retard.
Yeah.
So she was an easy lay.
You know Vera probably liked to eat ass, but woman's ass, not guys. Vera was gay. She'd fuck herself with a hot dog or a Vienna sausage and eat Flo or Alice's ass in the kitchen.
This is for the older listeners right now. Someone out there is losing it.
Stupid fucking Alice.
Speaking of old broads, did you see the front page of the paper? You got Valerie Bertinelli in a bikini.
She looks good.
Yeah, she's looking good. She looks better in the one picture than the other. One picture, you see her belly button is down by her hip when she's laying on her side.
What, the surfboard thing? The surfboard shot.
Yeah.
They're making a big deal out of the fact that she is back in a bikini at 48 years old.
She's 48?
The Jenny Craig spokesperson.
Wow. They're like, how'd you lose the weight? She said, I just looked at my ex-husband's tongue.
I couldn't eat. Stopped eating meat.
I got douche chills as I was reading the article, and it said, Eddie Van Halen, eat your heart out.
Oh, okay.
Like, he's not out there, you know.
Yeah, you could still tool a few.
Exactly, you just can't whistle at them.
I'm not good at cunnilingus, but...
He's tooling broads. He's doing, just fine.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Are you going to come yet?
It's just barely...
I was just barely flicking the edge of the lip. It's not working.
Shit.
She buys a cow tongue from the deli and says, just slap this on my lip.
That's a sport where you need the reach.
Yeah.
Getting back to that reach.
Yeah, you definitely need the reach there. And
So what do you think of the Valerie Bertinelli? And they're saying it's not airbrushed for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she looks good. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
She held up pretty good even when she was fat. You know, she went through her fat phase, but she always, like, still had that kind of, you know, girl next door look, even as she got older.
Probably because she had a little Mexican in her.
Did she? Who?
I just noticed that.
I wish I knew a little Mexican. Oh, very good. Jimmy Norton. Very good.
No, she fell asleep and he dove into her vag in his Fantasy Island suit. Ow, it hurts.
She always had, like, that kid face.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just some nationalities, man. The broads never age. Their faces are, like, ridiculous.
You know what I always hated? The One Day at a Time theme song with the part where she goes, so up on your feet. Always had that song.
Oh, it goes, this is it, this is it.
You have that awful one.
This is life. We'll muddle through one day at a time. Or
Mackenzie Phillips is doing vomiting drugs over the side of the couch.
In between takes.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Either throwing up her food or booting up heroin. Oh, I know what part you're talking about. Oh, douche chill coming up. Prepare for douche chill.
Up all your feet.
Brace for douche chill. Here it comes. Hold on. Douche chill. I just got one. We'll just take it like it comes. One day at a time. And Schneider as Pat Harrington as Schneider makes a wacky face in the camera.
Then he fucking wrenches Valerie Bertinelli across the forehead. Fucking
takes a fucking crescent wrench to her head and then ravages her in her room.
Yeah, he gives her backside a good fingering with his dirty mechanic hands.
And then pulls the cigarettes out from his sleeve and smokes one, puts it out on her belly.
Yeah, it's a Pall Mall. Why does everything have to be a battery and rape joke? Why?
It's our variety. We don't run a variety show, yes. I said that before, Jimmy.
Yes, I did.
No variety.
We could use a little variety at times. All right, we got to take a break. The Anvil. Getting back to Anvil. So we're going to talk to Lips.
Oh, yes.
And the other dude from Anvil.
Who's in Lips and I'm going to guess Robo, the other guy?
Yeah.
And also,
very interesting story. And the documentary for you rock people out there. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Rock.
And then Patrice is in, so I'm leaving, I think, at 9:30.
Why?
I'm shooting for Z-Rock today, that show.
What's Z-Rock?
It's a show that Joan Rivers is on, and also Lynn Koplitz, and where Lynn plays the manager of a band called Z-Rock. They're a real band. It's kind of like Curb in the sense that it's not a real scripted, that you have scenes, and then you kind of know what you're going to do.
Where's this show on?
IFC. It's supposed to be pretty funny.
Well, look at you.
And I mean, Chris Jericho's in this episode. So I'll see Chris today.
Oh, really?
I'm actually going to bring him the Anvil documentary. He'll probably like that.
Oh, he'll love it.
Metal fan.
He probably saw it already.
This is new, right?
What, the documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just coming out. Although I think the documentary stopped filming in 2007, I think.
It seems like it did,
right?
Or 2005 even, but maybe when
I saw like 2006 at one point.
They just gave up on doing the news.
Oh, I know. They
really gave up. The anchor now actually comes out and introduces a stage show.
Yeah.
Now there's the what? Those are the Nets girls?
Yeah, Channel 11 drastically changed their format. I think last week they started this. It's now kind of a variety show.
Variety show instead of the news.
They got the cameras zooming into the set, zooming out.
Yeah.
Now you're seeing the cameramen in the hallways. It kind of has
chick chat.
Sort of has like an SNL feel when they're setting up shit.
Right. You see more behind the scenes
without
of the set.
talent, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, a serious newsman on that show has got to be miserable. Like they're eking the news out of this show.
I was reading an article that most I
remember there really aren't any serious news people on that show.
The younger demos are saying that Colbert and Jon Stewart are just replacing the news anchors.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this has been said before, but they're saying the younger demos are getting their news from Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert before they go to CNN or anywhere else.
You get enough
simply
news.
Doing that, right?
Look at what's like now. The stupid Nets mascot is behind him.
Oh, that's cute.
And that's the news anchor.
And that's the anchor.
That's kind of like how the host would be seen on SNL.
Yeah.
Kind of in the forefront with the act in the back, and then he introduces, and then he goes out of shot as they zoom in. And then she's doing like a CNN Situation Room thing.
She's got a Situation Room thing in front of like a brick wall with 3 monitors.
Right.
It's a little discount version.
Right.
And then you got the old, the traffic girl She don't do traffic anymore. They have her out in front of the place doing various things on a daily basis.
Right.
Whether it's jump roping with some inner city children or, like this morning, sniffing sneakers from the world's most offensive sneaker contest. So they've really switched things around at the old Pix 11.
When are they going to have the smelliest sweatpants competition?
You want to enter that?
They're just waiting for a competition.
Yeah.
In a closet.
To work out after a good squeezing one out without really cleaning up very well.
No, I've been doing a lot of not actual boxing, but hitting the heavy bag.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do it with my sweatpants, no underwear. So just imagine what that smells like when I'm done.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, boy.
Does it just move around like the speed bag when you're hitting the heavy bag?
See, that's a joke, because you would lose a nut if you did that.
Of course.
You got to keep those nuts.
You got to tighten those up. Put them somewhere.
You got to tighten the nuts before you hit the heavy bag.
Put those away. Stow those nuts, sailor.
All right, why don't we take a quick break? We've been trying to break for about 15 minutes.
So up on your feet.
We said Judah, we said Patrice O'Neal, we said Anvil, right?
Yes.
A busy show today. And I heard all next week, literally Monday through Friday,
yes,
Bill Burr's sitting in with us.
Really?
Because he's going to be back east for the first time in a while for a week.
Billy. Good. I like talking to Bill about everything that's going on. He's got his own special little theories about everything.
I want to see if he saw the Obama deception. That's the latest one for people like Billy.
Well, also, I know we want to go to break here, but also, I believe Geithner, the Treasury Secretary, is in a bit of a jam because he actually was almost agreeing with China on the fact that China wants to replace the dollar as like a monetary unit. They want a world money, like a world denomination.
How does no one... Bill got mad at me because I said this last time. How does no one understand this is what Kaka was talking about?
I know.
He's like, no, you're interrupting me. But I was telling the truth. That is what is happening.
Right when I read that, I thought the same thing. I said, I remember this. We were doing it on the show, and Jimmy brought that up, and he was like, you're out of your mind. And then the reason the market kind of took a dip in the late afternoon is because stupid Geithner decides to go, no, the Chinese, we might work with them in some aspects of what they said. What, eliminating the dollar and having quatlubes? No!
Well, this isn't going to happen anytime soon, though.
Hey, who knows?
In our lifetime?
Who the fuck knows?
I kind of lean toward Jimmy. I think it's got to happen eventually. But
things are happening. Look, the euro happened in our lifetime really quickly. Remember the franc and the Deutschmark and things like that?
That just made sense.
How did it make sense?
They're all states.
For the time?
They're all states over there.
But we use common money.
But I'm just saying that, like, I look at Europe as the United States. They're all just individual states, but they call them countries over there.
But I know, right? They're just little states. But we look at it like, different countries, kind of.
Yeah,
they look at it like a union of European states. But that happened very quickly.
Yeah, it did.
They decided, we can get along for fucking 10 years in a row without one of us trying to take over the world? All right, let's have our own money.
I'm not an economist, but has that helped Europe?
I play one on TV.
Yeah.
I don't know if it has.
Boo!
It's been in place for how many years now? Has that helped Europe significantly?
Yeah, I think it has with trade. Yeah,
okay.
Definitely. And the euro gained value over the years.
So where does it go from here? Do we get like one currency for North America?
They were talking like
South
an America,
America?
which is like taking care of everything. But then you got stupid Mexico, who's just they need wheelbarrow full of fucking pesos to make up for one Americo.
Yeah, but I love the stupid kids in class because then they graded on a curve.
Oh, they graded on a curve.
Yeah, that was nice. My B turned into an A because of the water.
Can I have an Americo, please? It's just fucking truckloads of pesos, dumping them out, and they flick them one. Get yourself a sweet.
Well, there is kind of a world unit of money. It's like the U.S. dollar can be used probably almost anywhere in the world.
That's true, yes.
We can.
Yes.
Our money's like one of
the Chinese is saying that they don't want that anymore because they say that our dollar is shit, so they want some kind of world currency. And then when Geithner kind of agreed with China, or at least looking into it, The dollar plummeted yesterday. This Treasury Secretary is a dick.
He really is.
That's all I got to say about that.
Well, doesn't he want to quit already?
They want to fire him, but it's one of Obama's big quick picks.
But I heard he wants to quit, and Obama's like not letting him quit.
Because it looked bad.
He's had some problems, right?
It looks bad. Yeah, the guy, he can't open his mouth without the market crashing.
Mm-hmm.
He's made some awful decisions, if he's making a decision. It's one of those things. Another thing, don't get me started or I'll go off. And Hillary in Mexico is something we'll touch on a little later.
All right.
And where she's placing blame for the fucking the unprecedented murder rate with the cartels going on in Mexico. Yeah. You'll be surprised where Hillary's placing blame, we'll tell you.
Yeah. We'll get a little serious today. We haven't gotten serious in a while. And the stupid MTA fare hikes here in New York City.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect Anthony because you do the car thing, but this is ridiculous.
From what to what? What are they trying to go
They're going up 25%, Jimmy.
Jesus.
Like a subway ride, which $2 a subway ride was way too high. Now it's going to be $2.50.
How do you not make money?
Yeah.
How do they not make fucking money?
That's what they do when the times are tough. They just stick their dick farther into taxpayers. It's enraging.
Dude, I wish it was that pleasurable.
They are fucking. Let me tell you. You know who's handling situations over in France? They're not being like they said that Americans are taking our beef to talk radio. Those motherfuckers are taking business hostages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a story. When we come back, I want to talk about it. It's fucking great. I love the French now. They're animals.
No way, really?
They're fucking not. They are violent protests.
And they're hairy and they smell.
Damn, they don't want to work more than 35 hours a week, those lazy shits. Fuck them. I take that back. I hate them.
We got lots to do. The fare hike is ridiculous for people. The people don't have that type of money where you keep hiking their cheap transportation. $2.50 a ride? That's crazy.
They should look in God.
They should call it an unfair F-A-R-E.
Well, yeah. Let her rip, kid.
Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton, Judah Friedlander from 30 Rock coming in a few minutes.
I bet Judah knows who Anvil is.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, Judah might know who they are. Judah's got that weird, eclectic taste. He might know these guys.
I want to ask him about that movie. I saw Feast.
Oh, that's
I thought was fast, but it's Feast.
That's all right. Hold on, buddy. Want to hear a little Anvil?
You got a little.
Well, this was their big hit from 1983, Metal on Metal.
I remember this.
A little tape.
The recording quality is never great on these. That hurt them.
Judas Priest?
Yeah, it's very early 80s sounding. Guy's a good drummer, though. He's probably really good drummer. Like a Quiet Riot type of beats, like those are early 80s metal.
Yeah, and they just never made it.
All right, look.
All right, go ahead, Ann. Be honest.
That wasn't very good.
It wasn't great, no, but it's again, but that's like really old.
Yeah, that wasn't good though. I mean, who sings?
The guy's name was Lips.
Oh, Lips sings? Yeah.
You don't like the singer?
Wow. It sounded kind of forced and strained and.
Well, that was 1983, though.
What's the new one?
Yeah, well, that's how it should. That was like their heyday.
All right, well, let's see what he sounds like, now.
Okay, I'm willing to see that.
Not digging the Anvil, huh? Oh boy, they're coming in a half hour.
That's fine.
Metal.
Yeah. Flying Blind is their latest song.
Yeah, it's from the Governor.
From 2007.
Production's better.
Exactly.
life.
Into the darkness like fades all around. See the horizon, watch the sun going down.
Get out of my way! Get out of my way! Oh, come on,
Can
man.
you say contrived?
But they've been at it 36 years, man. Jeez.
Dude.
They
just did the math. They formed in 1973.
Look, this isn't fucking...
oh, come on, man.
Look, what I'm saying is this isn't Metallica not making it.
Right.
This isn't like a band like Metallica where you listen to the music and go, holy fuck, how did this band not make it?
Yeah.
There's that sounds like a demo tape from 18,000 bands I fucking played with.
Come on, man.
The documentary's doing very well. It won like audience awards.
Well, hey, congrats for them on that one.
And you feel for the guys, you know. You really do. They're broke, and they're still trying to make it.
The world needs ditch diggers, too, you know.
He's checking his email account every day, hoping for the big bite from some record producer.
That wasn't good. It just wasn't good.
Oh, come on, man. Lips is going to break your heart
I don't
when he comes
think
in here.
I'm just being honest. I don't know this man. I don't know what he does. Tell him to put down his guitar and leave. I'm sure he'll understand.
Well, his own wife is saying that now, too. But come on.
I just think, look, they're not that good.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound good. The lyrics, like an eagle for prey. Holy shit, that line stunk.
What? An eagle for prey?
Who wrote
Eagles
that?
have to look for prey. How else the prey
what's
doesn't
wrong
come
with
to them?
Right.
Oh.
It's just not sitting there on a plate for him.
Exactly.
And the music itself, it's like they're trying too hard for a sound.
Well, there's a little Dokken in there, a little Judas Priest.
Oh, yeah?
The movie's getting 97% positive reviews.
Wow. From who?
97%?
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
That's not accurate.
It is accurate.
Because
the movie was terrific.
Who's fucking giving it high marks?
It's actually a great fucking documentary.
Here's this is what is being said about the movie Anvil. A hymn to the human spirit.
All right.
Outrageous, hilarious, a masterpiece, supremely entertaining.
From Lips in Toronto.
An inspirational fable for our times. Brought me to tears. These are just some of the reviews, my friend. All positive.
Oh, all right.
The documentary.
Well, the documentary, I'm
great.
sure it's like that's a whole different story. You can make a documentary on Hitler. It doesn't mean what he was doing was good.
You just feel for them because, like, you know, again, they're not Metallica, obviously.
Oh, someone would argue, I know.
But instead of playing devil's advocate,
Let me tell you something about Anvil. I got a little clip from the movie, Ant.
Okay.
A little clip.
Cool. I'm learning, but from the music itself, just standing alone, the music, I'm kind of agreeing on the fact that they went this long without making it.
Not a fan.
You're about to hear Lemmy, Lars, and Slash. Do you respect those guys?
Yes.
All right.
They're a great band, yeah. I always liked Anvil. They got my vote.
If you actually had to choose one band and one album that really started the whole ball rolling, it would be Metal on Metal, and it would be Anvil.
The minute you heard Anvil, the minute you heard the music, the minute you saw the pictures, the minute you heard the story, you could tell that this was the real deal.
That's like Old Merciful Fate.
Bands that just put on this really amazing live performance. Lips, the singer, used to come out with this bondage harness on. He used to come out with this like dildo and play his flying V. I mean, it was just in complete insanity, and that's why it was such a huge turn on for us kids. It was like something we'd never seen before.
All right, so visually that added to it, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. And they showed old footage of them live, like from the early '80s and stuff, and they, you know, at festivals and shit. And they were good. I mean, they're a good live band. But there's some depressing scenes in this movie, man.
Oh, boy,
holy shit.
Spinal Tappy.
Did you like the guy's shit painting?
What?
The drummer is like, I don't know. He's one phone call away from killing himself. He's just teetering on the edge of just killing himself at all times.
But dude,
and he found an escape. He's a painter, and some of his stuff is really good. But he actually did a painting of a duty in a toilet, And the duty part
is
textured, so you can actually feel the duty.
You can feel duty?
It's not real duty, it's something else.
Well, I would hope it's not real duty. I love that you say duty.
And he's very depressed because his wife demanded that the duty painting be hung up in the stairwell that goes down to the basement.
Oh, yeah.
So you open up like the basement door, and there's
duty painting.
Yeah,
you don't want the duty painting like in the house,
in
really.
the regular house. No.
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't probably want that either.
Dude, there's a couple of scenes like where they're performing. There's one funny scene, like one of them gets married, so the band performs at like the guy's wedding. And it was just awful. Like, 'cause there's like 3 people dancing to it.
Oh, no.
Because they're politely getting into it.
Like Tap at the Air Force
Everyone
Base.
else has the face like, oh, good God, get me earplugs, or somebody pull the plug on
Dude, that's exactly the Spinal Tap at the Air Force Base.
There's a lot of Spinal Tap stuff in this movie.
Get it on, get it over with. And then there's people holding their ears, sitting at tables, like just randomly and sparsely thrown around.
Jimmy, what about the one, I don't have the exact numbers, but they're in Europe.
I know exactly the numbers.
Oh, no.
Okay, you do?
Yeah, I know exactly
all
the
right,
numbers.
let me set it up. So they're in Europe because some lady thinks she can make them big, so she has this tour of Europe. I'm talking about the arena show, not the club one.
Oh, yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So they set up this whole thing like Anvil's back. They're playing this festival. It's going to be huge. It's their big comeback. And then they even say the arena, holds 20,000?
10,000 people capacity.
10,000 capacity. So here it is. Anvil's finally going to perform in front of a large audience. They set this up as long as I'm setting it up.
Oh, no.
And then they flash on the screen how many people showed up.
Yeah. 174.
Holy shit.
That's why I need to talk to this guy Lips.
Did they play?
He broke my effing heart. Yes.
They show footage of them playing, but they don't tell you how many people were there. Because they just show like dark footage. You can hear some cheering and stuff.
So you're like really like right on.
All right, they're there.
And then they turn the lights on to show that no one.
And they say 174 attended. That was in Transylvania. And then they're actually just talking to the audience after. I just go home. This is like a vacation for me. You're like, ugh. To want something that bad.
What about the club they played in where there was literally 10 people?
Dude, which one? Fucking.
And then Lips basically beats up a club owner because he's trying to get his $100 for his gig.
That was really
whatever it was.
I remember doing this at fucking 20 years old.
That, but this is the difference. 36 years later, they believe they can make it still.
Yeah, there's a point that you reach where you start thinking.
Travis, you saw the movie?
Yeah. You start thinking like, oh boy,
yeah,
I better hook up with a radio gig. I mean, you just, you reach. There were gigs where we were setting up and going like, there are literally 10 people here. Why the fuck am I going to do this? And then my brother would be like, dude, you got to play these gigs. It's called paying your dues. It's like, no, it's not paying my dues. It's playing in front of 10 fucking people. What do you think? Fucking Tommy Mottola's person number 7?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes, Travis.
Well, one of the cringiest / saddest moments was when they were at that European festival, and he's trying to talk to like the drummer from Scorpions and
Carmine Appice and is in it, and Tommy Aldrich, who I like because he played for Ozzy on Blizzard of Oz, and I knew who Tommy Aldrich was.
And just nobody remembers him.
They politely talked to him.
Yeah.
But
and they used to play festivals together when they were all coming up, when no one was famous yet, basically.
Yeah, it was fucking.
And now those guys are obviously famous for what they do, and he's still just.
And he's approaching them like they're old friends.
Like,
hey!
Yeah. And it was that polite, like, great.
Yeah.
All right, look.
Kind of like a Dennis Leary moment, eh?
No, that's exactly like Spinal Tap, where they walk up to the guys, to the guy that was in WKRP.
Right.
And he's playing. He goes, "Where are you playing?" He goes, "I don't know, the Enormo Dome or some place like that." And they're playing some shithole. And Spinal Tap's playing some shithole, and they don't remember him. Like the one, Ian, their manager, walks up to one of the band guys and goes, "Hey, laddie!" And the guy looks, points at him, and goes, "Liam." He goes, Ian, and shakes his hand. It's the exact scene.
Well, that's why
holy shit.
That's why all the bands love Spinal Tap, because they said it's so accurate.
Yes, the thing is, that was a comedy, and they had jobs.
Right.
This is probably very tragic.
Yeah, they went back to their mansions after they were filming, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What is some
Laverne
went
and
back to
Shirley
serving
money food?
And then there's crying. You got metal guys crying.
That dude, they would have the arguments,
killed
right?
me.
They would have the arguments, and they'd yell like, "I'm sorry, man, but I love you, bro." It was like the arguments you had when you were a teenager. They have like 19-year-old guy relationships.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's what's kind of cool. It's like you're watching two guys like who are 50.
Yeah.
So they've just they're in a state of arrested mental development.
Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you like these guys. They're not dicks. They're just guys that want it so fucking badly. They have regular lives, but you see, like, especially as a performer, regardless of whether they should have made it or not, you don't care because you're watching it going, to want something this fucking bad and to love performing as much as they do, you just feel for them.
So they realize that even if they did make it, it would have been over now, and tribute bands would have been out playing their music.
Well, the manager that they had all this faith in.
Oh, no.
After they missed their second or third train because she messed up the...
Were you thinking
she wasn't even buying tickets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she
and
was...
it was a she?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then, was she filling out zodiac signs for the various band? Again, another Spinal Tap reference.
And then they're in the middle of nowhere in Europe at a train station. There goes their train, and they don't have tickets. And the conductor's like, sorry, we don't know what to tell you. And the next train is like 3 days from now. It's some ridiculous thing. And all of a sudden, the manager they had all this hope in just breaks down and starts crying.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. Damn.
I thought Plum Soda Kenny the whole time. Like, that's what you need Kenny for.
Right.
You need a guy who knows how to fucking set gigs up.
Or Jimmy B crying somewhere in an airport.
I cry anyway.
Oh, you get scared.
I cry when I have to sit in the window seat.
You're frightened.
Kenny comforts me.
I got to tell you, it really is a great documentary.
I really
Actually,
like
we'll play another track here.
Wow.
This is a track where Lips meets a lawyer while on tour in Europe who says they have lousy managers or a lousy manager.
Yes, that's what it is.
Just give me my business card.
Okay.
I'm a lawyer.
You're a lawyer.
Listen, you played in front of fuck all people here tonight. You were screwed. You had a shit manager. Listen, let's be honest about this.
Right.
Anvil should be playing in front of, I don't know, 1,000 minimum people every night in Europe. That's my opinion.
Yeah, you're probably...
Given your reputation, you should be playing in front of 1,000 people every night.
It was 1,000.
You are
That's
not.
1,000.
Now you've got to ask yourself, why are you not doing that?
Well, I've been asking myself that for 20 years.
Because you've got a shit manager.
Yeah, I can answer that in one word. 2 words. 3 words. We haven't got a good manager.
That was like 30 words.
That's fucking brilliant.
That was 6 words.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but that sounds like an outtake from Spinal Tap,
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
This band is probably more like Spinal Tap than any other band that I've heard of.
I know you guys got the movie.
Oh, yeah,
I think you'll like it a lot. So we got Lips and the other dude coming in. Robo
the drummer. Yeah, they said it was a really great drummer, man. I'm
trying to remember.
Rob Reiner was his real name.
I'm trying to remember some of the other really sad scenes. Just yelling at the manager of one of these horrible clubs.
Just the tears and just the hope. Like they keep hope. It's amazing. Like they had this hope, and then they would get to a club, and they're rocking, and there's like a guy sitting in a fucking lounge chair, and there's like 11 people, and you're like, oh my God, is that awful?
Yeah.
And the guy
stood in front of those rooms. It's embarrassing.
And the guy builds up his vacation time because he has a horrific job somewhere outside Toronto. What does he pack meals for, like, kids in need or something?
Fucking stinks, and he drives them around in a van. It's the worst job. I'd rather be a kid in need getting the meal.
And he built up all his vacation time, and instead of like taking his family somewhere nice, he's still living the dream. Goes over to Europe to try to do a few shows, comes back, and nothing comes of it. And then he goes back to his job for another year.
It's what you do when you're in your 20s.
Early 20s, right?
That's what you do. And you have that hope and drive, and you want to make it. And then you realize, like, at some point,
maybe you're going to be the one that could talk some sense into this guy.
Yeah, I'll be the one.
The documentary is called Anvil, The Story of Anvil. It starts April 3rd in theaters, and you can get the locations at anvilmovie.com. I loved it. 97% of Rotten Tomatoes is amazing, but it's getting awards. It won audience awards. It won the audience award at the 2008 Sydney Film Festival, the Los Angeles Film Festival, and Galloway International Film Festival. So it's actually really well-received documentary.
They're probably going to get screwed and not play the good theaters this movie.
Yeah, no.
It's going to be like 2 movie theaters, capacity of 100 people at a time.
Jeez.
I just want these guys to make it. I'm not even a fan of that type of music for the most part. I'll listen to it and like some stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to see the guys have a hit. Just one lousy hit. Yes, Travis.
You know what else was sad about the movie?
Yeah.
Puts the headphones on.
Well, I like to hear you, Jim. Is just watching all of their family members just try to tell them that, you know, it's over. Yeah, and like the drummer's wife is the only one who's like, yeah, you know, they could probably still make it, and the sister is just like, stop.
Yeah, just stop. Yeah, because now it's just hurting all of us.
Yeah, because, you know, like, they're broke, and they're just hurting their families by continuing to do this.
Kids and all sorts of stuff happening.
Yeah, he's taking out loans, and like...
He's hitting up the family members for loans.
Of course.
He's trying to make another record, and then no one wants the record.
And, like, they just know that they're not going to make it, but they don't want to tell him, you know?
Then he's selling his latest, like, project out of the trunk of his car.
You know, that works, again, if you're in your 20s and you're selling your work out of the trunk of your car. You can make it that way. You get this underground following, this thing. You can't be a guy 50 years old selling shit out of the back of your vehicle. You know, Rich Voss.
Right.
You can't. You just can't. You can't do that.
So, all right, we're gonna have them in what?
Good luck
soon
to
now.
them.
Yeah, about an hour.
Holy crap! Not even half hour. We'll have Lips and Robo
8 o'clock
to discuss that
Where's
more.
Judah?
Judas should be here any moment.
Where's that motherfucker?
Extreme kayaker takes plunge. That's the first time I've seen
I was
the
just
video.
watching that. Wow.
So this guy did it on purpose.
He got married?
The kayak guy.
Take the plunge.
Look at this. I know it's radio, but look really fast,
He's going over
Jimmy.
going
over Niagara Falls. He knew exactly where to hit.
Wow.
It's all about making sure you avoid the rocks down below, and you can survive that.
Well, yeah.
But how do you land with that? What if he landed on his head?
It looks like he did. He landed like upside down. Get the kayak.
Yeah, you think Larry King's going to ask how important the kayak is?
How important is the water?
Yeah. Is the water falling? It's the waterfall, Larry. Is this a new phenomenon?
Que está hablando que tengo miedo, ¿no? Siempre el miedo está como junto con la seguridad que tiene.
So the way that he felt was, you know, he had that fear, and the process of getting into his kayak and run the falls was he didn't want to get rid of that fear. He wanted to keep that, to keep him on the edge and keep him
landed
focused,
upside down
because he had to come off the falls in the exact location, because this falls is nearly a quarter-mile wide.
And to stay in the record, he had to stay inside his kayak as well. You guys have been planning to do this for years, and you basically found this to be the perfect circumstance to do it. Okay, first of all, why? Why would you do this?
Well, it's the ultimate experience, and it's an amazing way to showcase the natural environment of Brazil, of many places, like you saw Canada. These places are some of the last wild places on Earth.
That's not
and
why
to be
you
in
did
these
it.
places and to get in the river and run some of these waterfalls.
That was Niagara?
Absolutely, like no other experience.
Look like Niagara.
The beauty of all of it.
Yeah.
So you had people on the boats above and below just for safety, and basically you're running between the cameras to make sure that they're still rolling.
Exactly.
Pedro goes over, and you're going head down for almost 3 seconds, head down for almost 3 seconds, and you come up under the waterfall, which you don't realize. You don't think you're going to do that, and you think you're in heaven for a few moments.
And porque cuando me caí por la cabeza para abajo, eso fue un plan. Estuvimos yo y Ben estudiando eso por mucho tiempo.
Falling head down, I don't agree with what Cody said earlier on the opening. Falling head down is actually the preferred plan B to going straight in.
Right.
And that's because landing flat on the bottom of the boat can cause a serious jolt, whereas falling head down, usually what happens is you'll just separate from your kayak, come straight out, and with a deep pool, nothing will happen.
You felt like you were hitting cotton balls, you said. You hit like you're. But here's the thing. You think you're in heaven for a second, and you thought the worst was over. And all of a sudden, guess what, everybody? He looks up, and he sees what? What do you see?
Snakes and
snakes. He sees boa constrictors.
Yeah.
How many snakes?
And the first time I see one,
this is
I
in
walk
like
a little bit.
Chile
The
or some
second
shit.
one, I como se me caí aí.
And so he saw the first one.
I know there's no boa constrictors underneath
saw the second
Niagara
one,
Falls.
and just at that point,
As far
all
as
the
I know.
rocks are wet. There are these 100-mile-an-hour winds behind the falls. Falls down. He came through the falls without you know, even a scratch.
So this is lover?
Falls down and totally, you know, scrapes his leg and has his first injury.
Your injury was actually getting away from the snakes. We have big snakes.
Crazy.
No,
Yeah.
1.5 meters.
Yeah, 3-4 feet.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Well,
you know.
I'm really glad you're here. Then we're
1.5 meters.
Yeah, stop it.
Yeah,
Good
it was
meters.
right. That looked like Niagara Falls.
It was
to
a little
me,
low. It was a little too low.
Little too
Niagara's
low?
so fucking high,
Yeah,
man.
That was the falls in Brazil, so that's why
Yeah.
we turned off the audio.
Brazil.
Niagara Falls way more important than the falls in
fuck
Brazil.
yeah, that
so-
guy would have been smashed.
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck that
Definitely.
motherfucker.
All right.
Fuck that bitch.
What is this? Oh, Judah Freelander's coming in. We're going to give you a taste of his
I
comedy
am
going into
Judah
break.
Ben-Hur.
But first, Derek and Steve did a little something with the Bobo Springsteen.
Really?
Let's see what this sounds like today.
Everyone loves Springsteen. And everyone loves Bobo. Except for God, maybe. What could be better than Bobo singing like Springsteen?
Club Soda Kenny, he's tall, he's from New Jersey, he drives down the turnpike, he used to be a cop.
Introducing Bobo Sings the Boss. Improvised Springsteen songs about ordinary people from the great state of New Jersey.
Eastside Dave, he lives in Jersey, he's got a kid. He's from home in New Jersey. He's big. He eats.
Could there possibly be anything less impressive?
Travis, he loves 24, and he also has 2 pets, and his wife loves the Montreal Canadiens.
He really sucks, doesn't he?
Sam, he's driven down through the New Jersey Turnpike, but his afro is so big that he can only drive a convertible.
We get it. You're from New Jersey. Now shut up. Bobo Sings the Boss will forever tarnish your treasured memories of Jersey's finest export, next to refined petroleum and garbage.
I'm to you from Asbury Park.
Bobo Sings the Boss. Now available. Nobody cares.
Good job.
Bobo.
To Steve and Derek.
Bobo.
Bobo Boss.
I am Bobo.
Was there something else we wanted to talk about before the break here, before we got Judah in?
No.
There was a couple things. You had something in the French or something? In the
It's
paper?
that whole thing, though. It's just about how they took a hostage, some businessman, but it's all right.
Oh, Hillary down in Mexico.
Oh, Hillary, that's what it was, yes.
Hillary's down in Mexico, kissing some Mexican ass, because that's what the Secretary of State is supposed to do. Just go around and give a nice weak image of the United States and badmouth your country to the world.
Right.
That's, what they do. Yeah, that's their job, apparently, now. So Hillary goes down there, and the drug cartel problem in Mexico is at its worst. It's running rampant. And the finger of blame is being squarely placed on the United States of America. Because we're such fucking bad guys. She actually said we have to bear some of the responsibility because of the insatiable appetite for illegal drugs in this country. So we have to bear some of the responsibility for the murders that are going on down there. There's just thousands of people being executed by these cartels down there. Instead of perhaps the corrupt, shitty government that Mexico has had in place for forever. Clean up your own act. And you look at Canada, our northern neighbor, our neighbor to the north. They're able to run a country. You're bordering one of the greatest countries in the world, the United States of America. Oh. And we, boy, do we bail out people that fucking help us out. And it's in our best interest to take care of a bordering nation.
And why can't some of the goodness of America rub off on?
Because they're so fucking corrupt down there. They just take the money away from anything that would do the country good and put it in the pockets of these fucking stereotypical banditos from movies. Every one from the top politicians to the fucking police, one of the local police guys are fucking corrupt.
Yeah.
And they're all getting paid off by these cartels. But Hillary goes down there and blames the United States for the influx of weapons and the demand for our drugs that we love so much here in the United States for the condition that Mexico is in. It's been a shithole for years. There are certain tourists... Nice, Jim. Jim missed the whole garbage can from about a foot away.
The leftovers of his omelet. Everywhere.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Everywhere.
He was a foot away from the garbage pail and missed.
Stupid.
Oh, shit.
Way to be subtle about what you're doing.
That was a good one.
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
But to even place any blame on our country when you have one of the most corrupt nations.
Yeah.
And you're going down there to just smooch ass, smooch their ass.
You know
for
what?
What?
You can blame the U.S. for not being fucking for being too humane at the border.
Yeah.
Those guys, the Minutemen, people like they're racist because they're trying to stop people from fucking illegally coming to this country.
Yeah.
Those guys are great.
It's illegals. They're called illegals. And then of course I won't get into I won't go into one of my gun rants, but one of Obama's little plans is to use, and the secretary or the attorney general, who is another fucking winner, is to use the circumstances in Mexico to take away more of our Second Amendment by saying, well, they're shipping guns down there, and now these cartels are better armed than the police, so they can't even fight them. It's like, well, then they become...
the army.
Yeah. How about your fucking Mexican army? Or where did the money go for your weapons? Into someone's fucking pocket? Into the cartel's hands? To buy fucking American whores? What do that nation is a mess. We ought to just fucking expand Texas right down to fucking Panama.
Just start pushing the border south.
Yeah. It's just a wreck. And the way Hillary Clinton went down there and just disgraced the country is, in fact, if I may use the word again, a disgrace.
There you go.
Yes, the end. I see the little kid from the dentist,
he's
little David. Is that little David?
Doctor appointment and dentist appointment, and we just wanted to show her later.
David after dentist video that everyone has checked
immediately go to YouTube and release this. You wanted to share this a couple of months later with a few friends. You went through a Facebook, I think, right?
Right. This was last May, and I didn't share it on Facebook till 6 or 7 months later.
David's sitting there.
And then you made a decision to go
he
from
should have been
Facebook
fucked up.
to
That would have been
YouTube,
great.
and that was really because you get tired of forwarding it individually to your friends. Did either of you at that moment, that decision to go to YouTube, say, wait a minute, too many people are going to get to see this?
No.
You had no problem with it?
No, because his whole intention was that, just to share with family and friends. And he did it on a Friday night really late. Didn't know we'd never put anything on Facebook, so the private button was the one thing on YouTube. We missed it, and 24 hours later, it
was all over the place. And now we have, as I mentioned, 16 million hits. Just to put that in perspective for our viewers, if this had been its own television show last week, it would have ranked number 5 in the Nielsen ratings. All right, so this is the big time. Some people have said, okay, this is funny, David and Tessie. Other people have said, no, this is exploitation. As a matter of fact, a writer for the Chicago Sun-Times said the following as he grabs his glasses: videos of children on drugs cross the line. In fact, officials with child welfare agencies should be concerned. We expect parents to protect their children in situations where they cannot protect themselves.
The father was very nice with the kid.
About that?
Well, we certainly understand the reaction, that's that point of view, and as dedicated parents, we actually appreciate that. But this is an isolated incident. This was something that our family, thought was okay, and it was a bit shocking that so many people saw it afterwards. But after we settled down, we were fine with it.
David, you're 8 now, is that right? You turned 8 in November. Do your friends think this is funny, or have you been teased at all by this?
My friends thought it was funny at first, but then later they stopped talking about it.
Yeah, they stopped. They got over it.
Give him some drugs. Come on, slip that kid a Mickey.
Seen this, David?
Yeah.
You're kind of a rock star now all of a sudden, aren't you?
How's it feel
If you had to do it over again, David and Tessie, would you release it on YouTube?
Oh, absolutely. This has been a very positive experience for our family.
Good. I mean, as a mother, I understand too the concern, but nobody has the perspective we have.
Where's this fucking mail-away bride
from? 8-year-old, his life has gone on as normal.
That's normal.
I think there's a misconception of what happens to a family when something like this occurs,
and you're not worried that 15 years down the road somebody's going to use this and to make fun of your son who's then
trying to be in politics. He was addicted to drugs as a child.
Some of those. Matt doesn't understand that a 23-year-old can take care of themselves.
Yeah.
All right, David, good.
Oh my God, enough.
David, good to meet you.
Yeah.
Get up and scream in his face.
Let's say hi to Allison. If you remember, we gave her
Allison.
She got an assignment from the Opie and Anthony show yesterday. Allison from Jersey, how are you?
Right.
I'm excellent. How are you?
Good.
Good. So I took this social experimenting very seriously yesterday.
Yep.
I had started out to sort of test the waters. I did what Sam said, and during the day yesterday I had called towards the end of one of the songs, and some guy picked up and he was like, "Hey baby, what's going on?" I was like, "Oh, hi, I was just calling to see what time Chunky goes on tonight," and he told me. And then I kind of asked him when the best time to be on the radio is, like, to actually be on the radio. And he was like, "Well, what are you doing now?" And I was like, "Driving home." And he was like, he asked me all these questions. I was kind of answering. And then afterwards I hung up, turned the radio up a little bit, and there I was on the radio. And he had basically taken clips of what I said, because he asked me, like, "Do you like the radio station?" And I said, yeah, to kind of, be able to actually speak to him. And he kind of took my clips of what I had said and worked it around, and on the radio it had said, "Oh, do you know what this preset reset is?" And I had said, "Yeah, apparently." So it's strange. It's a bit obvious that...
so they cut your audio up. They cut your audio up and put it into some kind of promo thing where they were just talking about, like, some kind of feature. And then you said, "Yeah, you know what it is," but your "yeah" was for a different...
Yep. And then also, I think that didn't really like this aspect. So I did that. I was a little creeped out that they could switch what I was saying and use it to their benefit. But I had called later during Chunky Radio, and I called and spoke with him. And one of the, questions, his dumbass questions that he asked, the one last night was, "Do you have, a sugar daddy or something?" So I had called in again at the end of the song, and he was like, "Hey, do you have a sugar daddy?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's actually my boss." And he did his horrific laugh. And I said, "Yeah, it's my boss. He works at Ted's Cake Emporium." And
Ted's Cake Emporium?
Yeah. And so, after that, he was like, "Could you sleep with your boss?" And I was like, yeah, or something like that. I'm not sure. But then I listened on the radio, and he, kind of went through the beginning of our conversation. But at the end, he said, "How does it feel to sleep with a guy who could be your father?" And he had taken my "yeah" and written and put "yeah, it feels really good" or something like that.
Oh, this guy is so Rocco.
Yeah,
this guy really is like Rocco. Rocco used to do that all the time. He'd cut up things, add in things, his own voice, and try to make something that wasn't there when the call was actually made.
What was the Wang, "get back in the kitchen"?
Yeah, get back in the kitchen, Wang.
But there was an obvious edit. Maybe it's a little too inside.
He used the same "yes" from the Chinese food guy
that's what it was.
3 times.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, the Chinese guy answered a simple question and said yes, like, "Are you alive?" Yes. And then all of a sudden Rocco took that yes and then it's like, "Are you a homosexual, Wang?"
Yes. Dude, you like cock, dude.
Yes.
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 Ha, he said it again. Dude.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's the same one. Yes.
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 Allison, that's great. I think our new experiment should be, they're desperate for phone calls, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
If Allison got on twice in one day,
Yeah, I got on twice in one day, and it was literally right after I'd spoken to them. So I probably could have called multiple times and made multiple O&A references, and I would have gotten on every single time.
Ted's Cake Emporium.
That's hilarious. Why don't we pump up the experiment a little bit? We're rolling tape. Let's control Chunky's radio show for a little while. We need the females to call up the Chunkster with just outrageous stuff, but you got to sound believable.
Yeah.
And
then you call us and go, look, I got on. I was the one that said I was banging my brother or whatever the hell the story's going to be. And then we'll play your phone call over here, knowing that it was completely made up because we're controlling his effing radio show.
Yeah, tell us what you really said.
Yeah.
I actually have the clip. I recorded the clip because I had it on my computer, so I could send that to you guys if you want.
Yeah, let me hear you on Chunky Radio.
Wow, nice.
I don't know if I can figure it out now. I'm not at my computer, but I can send it to you.
All right, hold on a line.
Oh, girls and computers.
Silly girls. Hey, Allison, thank you so much for doing that for us.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem.
All right, man.
Righto. Bye-bye.
Sam? I see you in studio. Oh.
Well, I had a new kind of a theory about Chunky. Yesterday, I was listening to his show, which I always do. And
by the way, for the people that don't know, this is what they decided to replace us with, this horrific CHR format thing. And they're not even doing it, well. Chunky's a hack.
Yeah.
But yesterday he was asking sexy waitresses, female bartenders, and female cab drivers, since we're in New York, to call in. And he played one song, and by the end of the song, he had 3 callers, all saying they were sexy female waitresses, but none of them said where they were. I think there is a good possibility he may have answers from when he was on the radio in Detroit asking the same question.
Oh, really?
That he's brought with him to New York, so he can recycle this, because there's no way that he has that volume of...
Yeah. I mean,
he'd have to cut up all the calls.
Right. So he had 3 of them that were probably just leftover tapes from Detroit.
Yes, I think
that he played.
Could Linda Lavin call in?
This a new Gullen sound, looking good.
You know what? Anthony and I were guilty of that.
Really?
We can admit it now. We took some of the stuff we did at BAB, and like the first week or so at AF, we pumped it up with some really good stuff that worked over there, but we just kind of like, hey, AF, what's up? And it was actually a BAB call.
Wow, I don't even remember that.
I'll admit it now, yeah, absolutely.
I was just smiling and happy to be there.
It's another trick of the trade. All of a sudden, you're like, wow, this show just has an amazing following, even though they've been on the air 2 days.
Yeah, great.
Instead of building it up naturally, because we're all just needy idiots in this business. But at least we'll admit some of the tricks of the trade on this dumb show. All right, so the women out there, they might be calling Chunky Radio.
Well, I'll be taping
with outrageous stories, and then they have to call us and go, that was me, and that was not a real story.
That wasn't what I said.
Right. All right. Anvil is here. We're going to talk to them next.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, good.
And Judah's on his way, so very, very good. And then a little later on, Patrice O'Neill, as Jimmy, leaves us a little early today. Dave the Dentist with the Christian Bale. You want to do that remix? Because the kid's on the Today Show this morning, so we could get one more play out of this on the Opie and Anthony Show.
I feel...
Da-da-da-da, like this in the background. What the fuck is it with you?
Is this real life?
No, shut the fuck up, all right?
Okay, now...
No!
Okay, now I have 2 fingers.
Oh, good for you!
4 fingers.
You're unfucking believable. I'm fucking serious. You're a nice guy. You're a nice guy, but I don't fucking cut it when you're bullshitting and fucking around like this on set. What don't you fucking understand? Give me a fucking answer!
I can't see anything.
I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. Shut up for a second, all right? What the fuck are you doing? Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur.
I don't feel tired.
Seriously, man, you and me, we're fucking darn professional.
Hey, I got to break in because Kevin from Connecticut, a regular to the show, calls in all the time. He says he has the Allison audio for everybody that we were just discussing. Ooh. Kevin, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys? I got some of that audio from Allison last night.
Beautiful. This will bring the whole bit together. Let's hear it.
You ready?
Yep.
You've been rickrolled.
Oh, no, we didn't get rickrolled, did we? Oh, no. Whoa. We were rickrolled. Whoa.
You said we had the audio and it was rickrolled.
No, I know you couldn't. All right, welcome back to the Opie and Anthony Show. Wow, it just got very busy in here. You got you got me and Ant. You got Jim Norton. You got Judah Freelander from 30 Rock, our pal, stopping in
man?
to say hi. And then, of course, you got Anvil in studio. Yes, Lips. And I said Robo, but he said, hey, Rob. I mean, Robbo. I'm sorry.
Robbo,
I keep saying Robo. It's Rob Reiner.
That's right, with 2 B's.
With 2 B's. Rob with 2 B's. And we got the director of the film, Anvil. I don't think, did we?
I don't think we met. I'm Sasha.
Sasha. Yeah, I think we did meet, but I don't remember you tell me your name. That's all. So, Sasha.
That's right.
His mic doesn't sound like it's...
Is it on?
Hello, is that on?
So you guys doing a lot of press so far to promote this?
Or so.
Yeah, about a year and a half of it already.
Oh, you really? Because you got good reviews in the like we were looking at Rotten Tomatoes, the website where they and it's like 97% positive reviews, which is unheard of. You don't get that at all with especially with a documentary.
This is what they tell us.
Yeah, we've been all like overwhelmed. It's been unbelievable. Like I think Slumdog is the other movie that's been similarly well reviewed. So
that was only because that was in the comedy.
Yeah. Slumdog, it is a musical. Come on, man.
Good. Here's mud in your eye, or lead.
The movie was really amazing. It really was. I'm a music guy. I got to be completely honest with you. I didn't know much about Anvil until this documentary. I just didn't know.
Along with the rest of America.
Yeah, well,
apparently that's why there's a documentary.
Right, exactly. Hence the documentary. But it starts off with some pretty powerful guys.
That's right.
Talking about Anvil and how they influenced their band.
It's like an underground band, like a lot of those guys the people who know Anvil's maybe from that period is maybe just a few hundred people. It just so happens that those people were people like Lars Ulrich and Slash, and so that core group of Anvil fans from back in the day just went on to become, some of these musicians.
You know what, this kind of is interesting because it kind of shows what happens when a band doesn't get that commercial success that the core audience goes, oh, this fucking guy's sold out. Right. I don't listen to them anymore. Fuck them. Their first album was great. And they just sold out for the fans. And this kind of shows what happens when that doesn't happen. And it kind of sucks, I guess. I guess you'd rather be the one that they go, hey,
not necessarily.
Sold out.
Survey says,
really? You wouldn't rather have the core fans going, they sold out?
No,
even though
let's get this straight. Anvil's been extremely successful on the level that we've been underground sensations for 30 years. We never did anything to sell out, nor did we ever want to sell out, and this movie is a testament to that fact.
The thing is, I don't mean selling out literally, because a lot of the core audience of bands that make it say that they sold out because now they have a much wider fan base.
That's right.
So the bands like Metallica is a perfect example.
Exactly. Or Weezer even. Bands where the original fan base becomes alienated. That's right.
Fuck them. They sold out. It's like, well, they wanted to play in front of more than 100 people. Maybe their whole goal was to get out there, obviously play the music because they enjoy it. But I think a large percentage of the bands out there like being successful in front of a lot of people, regardless of the finance and the money's great and everything like that, but just the fact that you want to go out there and present your music in front of as many people as you can, I think that is something you want to do as a band.
Well, people said Metallica sold out when they did the Black, like they did the Black Album, which had Enter Sandman on it. And if it wasn't a commercial success, nobody would have thought they sold out. But people will say a band sold out just because other people like them. It has nothing to do with the artist changing what they do. Out. It's just the hardcore is going. They must have sold out because a lot of people like them now. It's just
it was amazing for me because I was a fan of the band. I mean, I directed the movie, but when I was 15, I met them in London, and I was just like blown away with these guys. They were like a about to burst wide. I saw them on the bill with like Judas Priest and Saxon at the Donington Festival in '82, right? So Anvil were the second coming. I don't know if you guys know this, but Scott Ian says this, quite a lot. Anthrax started as an Anvil cover band. Like when Metal on Metal came out, I mean, you can ask Scott about this. When Metal on Metal came out, Lars took this album in and was like, we need to sound like that. Like Anvil were the bar by which all those other bands kind of judged. And what was interesting was being a kid and seeing them about to explode and then seeing it kind of not happen as you described. What was amazing connecting with them 20 years ago was the complete lack of bitterness from these guys. Like, hey, you know what? Metallica are in the movie, like Lars and Slash and Scott Ian and Tom Araya from Slayer, and they're all going, like, what an amazing band Anvil was and how influential. And here they are, and they're like, and what was amazing when I met up with Lips again was like, he was pleased, right? And he still believed that Anvil's time would come as well. So that was what was amazing, was like, even though, as you say, they didn't break wide like those bands, here they are now. And the great satisfaction of what's happened since the movie is I saw them at Donington playing 62,000 people. Like, this was like in the early 80s, right? 27 years later, man, they've been booked again for the same festival. This summer they're playing it.
Do you guys have any, like, is there any annoyance from you guys, you can't, like, all of a sudden take somebody and put them where you want them to be, even if you like the band. But like Metallica or other bands, like they could bring you on the road with them, or they could put you as a support act with them. Is there any bitterness, or is there any reason that doesn't happen?
Well, it's political. It's all political. That's the only reason. It's not just as easy. The guys in the band might want you to be on the show, but there's lots of other things involved.
Promoters and
managers and all the stuff that makes that happen anyway. So.
It seems like a no-brainer, though. If these guys really were influenced by it, they throw you a little bone and say, hey.
But now it's kind of beginning to happen. We can't
because of the movie and all that.
Right.
But that's great, but it's been 36 years that these guys have been trying to get to the next level.
That's true.
And I just want to ask the band, like, you guys obviously were braced to go to that next level. In your opinion, why didn't you?
Simply... we didn't have the right machine behind us. We had a manager that left us out to dry at the time, and record companies just weren't there to support us, so we had to keep the thing going ourselves all these years.
I mean, like all those big bands, man, there's like a window, right, which a band has, and you've got to like shoot for it. And if you miss it, man, you can pay for that for 25 years.
Wow, yeah.
And I think there was like a window where they got, Rob was right, like as I researched the movie, I discovered they got signed by this incredibly huge manager, this guy David Krebs, who at the time he managed Scorpions, Bon Jovi, AC/DC, and Aerosmith, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, you guys shouldn't be doing this hard and fast music, man. You guys should be sounding like Bon Jovi. And so, they're 23 years old, man, and like the biggest manager in the world's telling them, so I think that there was this tiny window, and maybe, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think that moment was crucial. But the best part of it is, like, it's coming around again for them. That's the best part, like, what's happening now.
Go ahead, Jim. Lips, I wanted to ask Lip, if there's one decision that you could make differently, like, we all have them creatively, is there anything that you go, you know what, instead of left, I would have went right at that point with hindsight?
No, because if anything was any different than it would, there wouldn't be this movie. So, no, I wouldn't change a damn thing.
But don't you see it as being either the movie or you would have been hugely successful?
No.
No?
Well, it played itself out the way it was supposed to be.
Obviously it's going to be...
There is no changing it.
But you did tell me, Lips, you did say this one thing. You said, if we'd made it back then, we would have just blown it. Like he said to me, we were so young, we would have had a hit album, we would have all got on coke, married playmates, and not be speaking to each other within a year, and then it would be over.
Or dead. Who the fuck knows?
Or
you
dead.
Overdose.
That's right. I mean, because most of those bands that break big and like they don't necessarily last, man. One or two albums. I mean,
well, the story absolutely has a happy ending, or not necessarily an ending, but it's hard to believe that you really thought that, Lips, like 5 years ago when you guys were still trying to make something happen. That it was going to end like this.
Right, like with
the documentary that's a huge hit. You know what I mean?
Well, one thing I like about the documentary is it showed some really depressing moments, too, which was playing in front of a small, I do stand-up, so I've done it in front of small groups before.
Depressing moments and frustration.
It's very
a lot of frustration. That's why it's hard to think that.
I mean, it's like
this was how it was supposed to play.
Well, I mean, listen, dude. When I went to speak to the guys and I said I want to make a movie, I was like, it's got to be honest, man. It's got to show it for what it really is.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like some fans movie about how great their favorite band was from 25 years ago. This is like, what does it mean 25 years later to not have made it like the other bands and still be pursuing this thing? something with the same passion and belief, right? Some people would call that completely insane.
Yeah.
But you know what? People are loving it, right?
I have a question, though. I mean, did you guys get into it for the fame, or you just get into it because you love music, you know?
I'm in it for really the music, the fame.
Yeah, because I do stand-up comedy, too.
This is all fun.
And as anyone tells you, it's like sometimes, you know, I'm sure, Norton, same things happen to you. People come up to you and they're like, hey, I'm thinking about becoming a stand-up comedian. I'm like, well, if you're thinking about it, you shouldn't fucking do it, because you should have a deep passion and love for it. Otherwise, you know, there's so much bullshit in the business. You gotta love what you're doing. So,
yeah, and we do.
My next question is, did you guys ever listen to your managers that wanted you to sound like Bon Jovi and stuff like that?
Absolutely not.
Awesome.
You know, we're Anvil and we're focused on our style and everything.
So
you know, we ended up pioneering this whole thing that was innocently done by us. You know, we were just having fun and doing what we love. You know?
Who's your biggest influence, or the band that you wanted to be the most? Or who did you look up to the most at that time? Was it Sabbath?
Yeah, we love. Yeah, of course, Sabbath, Deep Purple, Cactus. You know, Cream. We're old school rockers.
When you look at someone like the first thing I saw some clips of you guys, they were showing the old 82 clips from the festival, and it just, for some reason, the first thing I thought was Venom. I don't know, you didn't really sound like them, but there was something about the physical. You just looked like Venom. It just reminded me physically of them, and I'm like, well, this is a band from the same era, probably around longer than Venom was. It was like, what's the difference between that? Like, why did they get to where they are, and then you guys hit something, and then just kind of stopped? Like, there must have been a couple of things that you said, bad management.
Yeah, that's really the only thing. That was the timing of everything.
But it's like Lemmy says in the movie, man, you've got to be at the right place at the right time or you'll never do it. That's what he says. There is a huge amount of luck. There's a huge amount of having this moment, which if you don't get what the moment is, it can pass you by.
I can understand being in your 20s and stuff, and you're playing fucking just shit gigs. There's 10 people in the club. The club owner's a douchebag. I mean,
sure. Did you remember the scene where they get paid in goulash?
Yeah. You don't even have like.
Bad. I'd take that.
Yeah,
it was bad goulash.
I mean, but you do reach a point. I remember being in bands, and my brother would be like, "No, you got to play the fucking gig, man. You got to pay your dues. You got to do this." And in your 20s, that's one thing. But after a while, it became like I was just like, Joe, fuck this. I don't want to play in front of 10 fucking people anymore. You know, you're humping your own equipment in the snow.
That's
the
right.
other band that with the 5 other bands steals your hand truck. So now you're fucking humping your own shit in the snow. It sucked. It was like, fuck this shit. What made you keep doing that? Because
that answers the question, dude. Because why would you do that?
I know, because you really wanted.
Because you love what you do so much that you don't give a shit.
You know, as you're with your friends. You're with your friends, your bandmates, you're having a fucking pisser. When you're playing, it is great. And you did occasionally get those gigs where it was like fucking, packed, and it was a lot of fun. But just the depressing fucking driving up to the club and going, oh, great, the parking lot's empty. No, it's a late crowd, man. I hear this club, it's a late fucking crowd. And then, what time do they fucking come in? Or the band that's on before you chases everyone the fuck out.
That's right.
With the fucking,
and then they leave. We've seen that.
Dude,
many times.
I was there, but this was in my 20s and shit, and I understand. I believe me.
You should have stopped.
I know exactly what the
documentary
fuck. I could not imagine.
It could be 97% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Into my 40s and shit. I would have lost my fucking mind.
You had a happy ending waiting to happen.
Yeah. This motherfucker came and got me out of that. Got me in the radio.
But dude, that was the amazing
but you can
thing,
have a
dude.
documentary.
Me and my crew are standing there. They're in Transylvania playing to 7 fucking people, right?
Yeah,
but wait, hold on. But the attitude is not like as you described, as anyone would expect it to be. The attitude is, fuck it, man. There's 7 people there, and we are going to give them the night of their motherfucking lives. And that was what it was. Anvil gave the same show as they did to a stadium in Japan to those 7 people in Transylvania. That's why we made the movie. If they were all pissed off about it, it's like, who gives a fuck?
That makes a great point, because we used to do this thing, like if we drove up and we just noticed the parking lot was fucking empty, the guy driving would take the car horn and just go nah, 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 as like an acknowledgement that at least we passed by the club, and we just keep going.
Dude, I remember being at one.
I'm going home.
When I toured with them, like 83 or 84, they were playing this show, the club Uncle Sam's on the border between America and Canada. Okay, there was one dude there. His name was Mad Dog. He was their fan who'd driven up, right? And they said, "Fuck it," and they just rocked him for an hour and a half.
Personal
so
show.
I'm a roadie, and I'm watching. They're sitting there with Mad Dog in a chair,
That's
right,
great,
for
man.
a full hour and a half. And that's like, this is why this band has inspired so much loyalty from their fans and from people like me, right?
Yeah.
Like, why am I going to go and make some crazy movie about it? It's because of that.
Well, at the beginning, you do that and put up with it, and you do think, all right, I'm paying my dues, man. I got to play to nobody and do this, and then eventually, you play in front of the right people. You do this, like you said, the timing, management. But when that just continuously doesn't happen and becomes so frustrating.
Listen, I can summarize it all in one simple thing here. We always believed that one day we would be discovered.
Right.
And we just kept rocking and sticking at it and giving our best, making the best music. 10 people, 1,000 people, it's all one big rock and roll, fun for us. Listen, FUN, the best religion in the world, and we subscribe to it.
What is your relation? Because you guys in the documentary, I mean, I guess you're like brothers. You bicker. I mean, it happens. It's what is
seldom.
Yeah, is it?
Wow, come on,
Is it one of those things?
I filmed 3 of them.
I feel like there might be something going on in front of our faces right now. I think someone has to mention it.
That's why.
Someone has to mention. Lips seems a little bothered by
Lips
something.
is asleep.
I don't know if it's us, if it's Rob.
He's not. He hasn't been up since 1982.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah, this is
but
early.
there is a wake up, dude. You're on the radio.
There is a little
tension
tension between the two guys in the film, and I'm wondering if that tension is with us today.
No, it's not.
No, I'm
come on.
asleep.
All right, Lips.
No, listen, we're brothers, and Sasha happened to be extremely lucky that he captured a couple of things on film. We've only had our differences, maybe 6 of them in our whole friendship.
We filmed 3.
Yeah.
It's a good hit, right?
Yeah.
So the documentary, it really was great. I mean, it was again, like you said, it was very honest, and it was really, as a performer, you're watching performers who really want it badly. Like that's what was kind of cool about it. It was like you see guys who want it so badly, and it just started to annoy me that other bands, like I know that there's management involved, but Metallica's in a position, as is Motorhead, as is a lot of bigger, where they could go, hey man, we want these guys as support. We have 3 of us, so we're going to go out, Metallica, Godsmack, and we'd like Guy Anvil as our first.
I guess that's happening now. I mean,
That's
it's
all
I know
now.
like you guys feel like it should have been happening in the lean years, but it just stuff happens, man. Like if you're off the radar, like the promoters, this is not sexy package. Anvil, what have they done? I mean, that probably happened, but I think their heart was in the right places. All I can tell you is this: when the news came out that we were going to make this film, I thought it was going to be really hard to get these guys. They were lining up, literally. Like Lemmy was like, dude, thank God, because Anvil had toured with them in '83 on the Another Perfect Day tour in the UK. I'd been at all those shows with those boys, and like they kind of never forgot that period, right? Similarly, Slash, right? When Slash was at Sundance, he jammed with us, right? As he was about to go on the stage, he turns to me and he goes, dude, I've got goosebumps, man. I'm going to go and play with Lips. And I'm like, what? This is Slash, man. So it's like, it's this weird thing where finally it's changing. But I think at that time, I agree with you, man. It would have been nice if it had been possible for that to happen. For whatever reasons, it didn't, but it's now starting to.
It's such an irony if you actually start touring like this, and get these people and get that playing in front of the huge crowds and that fame based on a film about how you didn't make it.
But the film came from
paradox.
The film was made by a music fan who loved the music. So it all comes back to the music.
What about Ozfest? I mean, even though they're kind of, I don't know if Ozfest is going to keep going. The festivals have, I guess, been having harder times getting people there. But Ozfest has been. Would you guys do a festival like that where you?
Sure. Actually, we were asked to do it last year, but timing was, Ozzy fell in love with our movie.
Ozzy got the movie on Friday. By Sunday, he'd watched it 4 times.
Oh, really?
He's obsessed with
really great.
Just didn't want to get up to find the remote.
It was like
he couldn't.
It was like hit repeat, and he couldn't move. It was like medical.
Yeah, but he asked us to do it last year, but we had already other gigs.
So what? So Ozzy, it certainly helps if Ozzy likes it. What do you think he'd bring you guys out of support? Because him and Zombie go out like every couple of years.
Anything's possible right now, I think. anything.
I mean, they're talking about them for Glastonbury, you know, like, which is like, Glastonbury Festival is this festival in England that's like 200,000 people in the summer. Like, but it's different types of bands. So it's like Springsteen and Neil Young. So they would be representing metal.
And are you guys working with there was a scene where there's a producer who had done one of the albums years and years and years before who you liked a lot. He actually looked like Geezer Butler back in the day. And, and then you went and got him again. And the production is the obvious difference. The guy was a good producer. Do you guys want to work with him again, or do you have any?
Yes, we'd like to. Our new album is going to be called Juggernaut of Justice, and we just got to record it.
You haven't started yet?
We haven't recorded, but the album's written and stuff, and we're hoping to do it again with Chris.
When did the documentary stop filming? Because how long ago did you guys stop filming it?
Very end of 07, and then we debuted at Sundance 08. And then the thing we've been doing for the last year is this thing called the Anvil Experience, where we show the movie, and then the band comes right out and plays in the movie theater, 3 songs, and people are like,
right on, man.
Yeah, and it's like people are like, they fall in love with these guys, and then they come and play, and then it's pretty surreal, man.
That's a very cool idea.
And we're doing it at the Blender Theater here in New York on the 6th, and then they're touring the country doing the Anvil Experience, right?
Your family's metal Beatlemania, really.
Yeah, is what happened. Your families must be psyched that you're finally getting some exposure and fame and more money coming in, right?
Well, they're all very happy with what's going on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Rob, this is it your? I know it's not your sister. Is it your sister who's in this one where you're married, right?
Absolutely.
Your sister and your wife, and your wife is kind of going, I think that I kind of want the rock star lifestyle too. I'm hoping, and your sister is kind of like, why don't they just realize it's over? Like your sister is pretty pissed off. Did that? Well, not pissed off, but pretty down about the whole thing. Were you bothered when you saw that?
No, not really, because that's where she's at in her life,
So you guys have a good relationship or no?
I don't really speak with her that often.
Oh, you don't speak with her that often? Because I saw that. I was actually think that was cool that you guys left that in.
Yeah.
You didn't edit that to make it prettier. You just showed a family member saying something kind of shitty.
That was the rule right from the beginning. It was like, you know what, we're going to show how it is.
Right.
We're going to like the warts and all. This is how it is, right? And that was the thing. And I said to them at the beginning, I said, look, guys, you got to realize you're really fucking funny. Like, you play your guitar with a dildo, your name is Rob Reiner, okay? Like, we're going to have some fun here, and you got to be open to that.
Yeah.
So I was really, explicit about what it was going to be, and they were just, it's a testament to them. They were like, cool, whatever, we're 53, you want to make a movie, fuck it. Do what you want.
You must have dealt with the similarities with Spinal Tap,
Absolutely.
Of course, which was, and some of the similarities are stunningly amazing.
I mean, I would be shooting my cameraman. I mean, I'll tell you one story. The second day of filming, we're in Prague, right? And my cameraman, this guy Chris Seuss, locks me in a hotel room, and he has this look on his face, like he's going to tell me he's dying of cancer or his parents have been killed or something. He turns to me and he goes, "You are not leaving this room until you tell me the truth. I need to know, are they actors?" My own crew.
Really?
My own crew did not believe. You got to understand, that night we've been at the Monsters of Transylvania rock festival, right?
Yeah.
Near Dracula's castle. He's doing a drum solo. He's doing White Rhino. There's 174, Romanian peasants, right? In a hall that seats 10,000. He runs off stage, Lips runs off stage, collapses behind a wall of Marshall amplifiers, right? In agony. I thought he'd had some kind of, spinal seizure, right? Turns out he'd sung so hard his hemorrhoids had popped out during the drum solo, right? So I'm like, my cameraman could not film. My cameraman was incapable of holding a camera. So I turn around, he's on his fucking back with his legs in the air. He's laughing so hard, no sound is coming out. And I'm like, I'm on fucking acid, dude. I'm at Monsters of Transylvania.
Yeah.
And Lips, his hemorrhoids popped out during White Rhino. It's like,
do you know what I mean?
Moment.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
like, you could never write that.
No.
Yeah. No.
That's somebody who belts out.
And that's what it was like every day on this movie. It was like, as shit would be going wrong, as you see on the tour, I would be looking up to heaven going, thank you, God.
Yeah.
Thank you, God.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Singing a song.
This is just very strange because Lips is very talkative in the movie, and he doesn't.
It's because
really
he's
feel
asleep.
like
I did actually
today.
say to you, Lips, you can't actually be on the radio and not talk.
Just sit there
not really.
and
Yeah,
that
we
doesn't
wanna
really
hear from
work.
you, man.
It's
Your
not like
personality,
we're not hanging out.
his personality in the movie is amazing. I mean, it really is multi-layered. There's all sorts of things going on. So it's very strange to see a very quiet Lips.
We need to hear from Lips.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's doing all the talking. What
Okay,
do you
now
need to
look,
hear
you
from me for?
Well, you're the front man. You're the lead
Did you
singer.
finally quit that job? Is it to the point where you don't have to do that job anymore?
That job I got fired because I wasn't there because I was doing tours.
Yeah, okay.
Getting shit together, so no. I ended up working for my sister for a little while, and now that's getting shit canned too because I got too much work with the band, so it's all good.
That's it. That's awesome. That's good to hear.
You guys got any music gigs coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, around here we could plug.
April 6th, right?
Yeah.
At the Blender Theater, you said?
The Blender Theater, the old
where's
Gramercy
that?
Park Theater.
Okay. And the wedding scene.
Dude.
The wedding reception.
It's uncomfortable because it's like...
But Tiziana, the manager, standing by the side of the stage, proudly looking on.
Yeah,
Remember that?
I mean,
It's like, yeah.
Well, they're
your family, and your family is your family. You know, they support you. But even what we do, we know there's close family members that aren't into the Opie and Anthony show.
Right. So you wouldn't necessarily do it at the
right.
wedding.
They love
yeah.
they love me for many different reasons than the actual radio show. So it's safe to say that even though there's an extended family at this wedding, they're not going to be all into the music.
Into a performance.
And I think it kind of showed that with that scene.
But that was what we did, man.
Who was getting married, and then you guys decided to play a few songs for the wedding reception.
We
right?
want to explain that.
Well, Ivan wanted us to play at his wedding.
Right.
As simple as that. So
Yeah.
we loaded up the van, set up on a stage in that little hall, and we played his wedding.
Yeah, and there was
everybody who was at the party went outside.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh God, there was like 3 people that were trying to get into it, like an older aunt figure.
Yeah, it was like an old Hungarian woman in their 60s.
Yeah, she looked like she's like the cool aunt that would go with anything. And
see, to me that sounds like the Spinal Tap Air Force Base.
That's right. It was the same. It was exactly the same.
Yeah. It's but this is real life shit.
I mean, but actually, we had a really great time. The two of the guys from Raven, the 2 brothers, John and Mark, came up to the wedding as well. And in fact, you can see Mark Gallagher standing behind Tiziana and Ivan. He was somewhat the best man.
Yeah.
And that's like the best man?
Yeah.
Somewhat the best man. It's a new position.
Yeah, he gave the bride away.
Yeah, but it was like you say, the parallels with Spinal Tap were unbelievable. Like I said, my cameraman, my own crew didn't believe. I mean, their first song they ever wrote was called Thumb Hang, about the Spanish Inquisition. And it's like,
that's
thumbs will twist, can you resist? Beware the names on the Inquisitor's list. I mean, like,
But at the end, it says that you guys are finally going to record Thumb Hang, like you never actually recorded it?
No. The song was written in probably 1974 or something. No, we never recorded it.
Are you going to?
Yeah, we are for the movie soundtrack.
Yeah, I was supposed to on the weekend, actually, but we'll see about that.
Do you guys feel like, as a band, you've gotten better and stronger over the years? Have you changed a lot?
Actually, we've changed very little, and I think what's really amazing is because of all the history. The stage has become such a comfortable place.
Yeah.
You lose all inhibitions. You have complete 100% confidence. So on that level, that definitely got better. You learn how to pace yourself properly so you're not dead by the end of the show.
Right.
And you're able to bring it to that high point instead of give it all in the first 10 seconds.
What were you thinking, like, when you first started? Obviously, the type of music you did was, it was very, very popular. It was cutting edge. As the years went by and you notice styles of music change and you go, you don't fucking play that shit. Like, was it depressing to see what was becoming popular and think, wow, now we're really fucked as far as grunge?
No, we were an underground type of band, and we stuck true to exactly what we are. We've never even thought for a second to tailor or change our music to try to keep up with trends. We're not a trend band.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, we set trends rather than follow them.
Yeah, sometimes, though, it must have been, like, frustrating, though, to see the music changing and go.
Yeah, well, we put out albums during the alternative days called Absolutely No Alternative, or instead of Unplugged, we called our album Plugged In Permanent. It was always something to
a little
take
twist.
digs.
It's just a little twist.
Such
little
a fine
digs.
line
Just
between
stupid and clever.
Stupid and clever.
And I liked how the amps went up to 11 in this.
Well,
movie,
but that's a real true thing. Like after Spinal Tap.
Yeah, they all go to 11.
Yeah,
right?
You go into studios, there's equipment that goes to 11 because equipment companies now are in on the joke.
And everyone wants it one more louder.
That's one more. Just one more.
Now
Why
you
not
gotta
just
go-
make 10 louder? No, but this one goes one more.
Well, now you got to go 12. Where does it end?
What's amazing is
Where does it end?
that Spinal Tap, right, is your favorite movie.
Of course, it has to be.
One of them, anyway.
It's like funny how you love that film, and yet you also are not that different from characters in the film.
Could be none more true.
None more. It's one of those movies that if you're in a band, and regardless, if you're just knocking around with your friends in a band, or, I've heard Van Halen comment on Spinal Tap, like, oh my God, they're watching it, and it's like, this movie isn't funny. It's too true.
Well, that's the whole point. The whole point of Spinal Tap was to be as realistic as possible, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've lived that shit for 30 years, man. And all they did was roll the film, and it's almost the same.
Right. Yeah, that's what's amazing. I mean, that's real. Mm-hmm. What you guys did was the real deal. And they were actors, kind of.
That's right. Well, what's really interesting is that's a movie. When people saw it, they didn't think it was a documentary. They thought it was fake, right?
Listen, there are parallels. You see the guy with the cucumber down his pants.
Yeah.
Well, and getting checked with the border and stuff. Well, that just reminded me of when I went through the border and my vibrator got found in my guitar case, and the guy opens my guitar case and looks at me, and I'm going,
I play with it. I mean,
yeah. They're not going to believe it, right?
But, most of the guys you bump into, because they showed you at the festival in the beginning of the movie, talking to Carmine Peace and talking to, and one of you guys, was it you that hunted down Tommy Aldrich, who I like?
It was me.
Okay, I feel like the old fucking Blizzard of Oz, and I don't know if he was on Die for Man.
I'm a guitar player who loves drumming. So my favorite aspect of metal bands are the drummers.
What do you think of Bill
That's
Ward?
why I got the greatest drummer in the world in my band.
What do you think of Bill Ward?
Amazing.
Good. He was underrated, right, compared to a lot of the other great artists.
He had a very individual, somewhat of a style. You could definitely tell there were roots based in jazz, and that's how you can tell the difference between someone who knows how to play and someone who's just a drummer.
Yeah. We should play him. We should play him that song.
Which song?
The song. From a band that is still trying to make it as well.
There's a band.
It's a very similar situation that you guys are in.
It's a band called
similar.
Foundry, and they are.
And they're not going to have a documentary.
They won't have a documentary.
They're not going to have the happy ending like Anvil is having.
Unfortunately,
and I want to get some expert opinions on this song.
We played this. We played for Slash. We played it for a few other people. We're just curious. And be honest, we are curious as to the opinion. Is this band good, or are they?
Dog
Jim,
shit.
who are these guys? They're called Foundry.
Yeah.
The song is called Pendulum.
You want to hear it? Just a little piece of it.
Just a piece of it.
Sure, why not?
We'll get to the hook.
Jews of metal.
We'll get to the hook. Yeah. We're gonna play that for. You got it?
Okay.
Just a little taste. What do you think?
That had a cool beat.
I agree. The vocals were a little like the production value is not good either. But it is amazing what a good producer will do to.
Yeah, I think they can really pump up the production in that.
Producer
right?
can be everything.
Lips, what do you think of the song? I know you only heard like 20, 30 seconds.
I couldn't really tell. The audio sounds so bad that
isn't it horrific?
I mean that will ruin anything.
Yeah.
You could have Jimi Hendrix. If you recorded him like that, you'd go, hey, stay in your garage, dude.
You guys said one of the problems you had too when you were just starting out was like a lot of your older albums were recorded on they weren't produced well, or as far as the quality of the recordings go, and that definitely hurt.
Yeah.
It sure didn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah, that never helps.
That's when you have no money, man. When you've got no money and no record company support, but you still got to keep going. You can't afford those guys.
But the songs were of the highest quality, though.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a label
the playing
at all?
was amazing.
Did you guys ever have a label?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have many labels over the years. Yeah.
We've outlived all of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, because what labels are left these days?
Another part of the documentary I liked, Rob's a painter.
Oh yeah.
And
one painting.
What do you mean? Oh yeah.
Well, like as in that was a big thing for us as we were filming the movie. It was like
I actually liked his paintings.
His paintings are amazing.
And I need to know what was the piece of duty. What do you use?
The shit painting.
The shit painting. Yeah. I don't want to call it the shit painting. He's an artist.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this movie. I mean, I really wanted to see it before, but now that there's a shit painting.
Well,
no, the shit painting, dude.
It's a toilet bowl with one log in it, but you can feel the log.
But it's an oil painting with texture.
Awesome. It has texture.
How did you get the texture?
And his wife didn't want it in the regular house, so it's like in the stairwell going down to the basement. That's where he's allowed to put the painting.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, well, that thing. I took that picture of on a German motorway after I had extracted some product, and I took a picture of it.
And then Lips said,
and then it was Lips who talked me into making that painting. You know, he said, "Man, you got to make paintings. It'll be fucking unbelievable." So I did, and it became a smash thing within the inners of my friends and stuff.
You know,
and Sasha talked me into showing the. Nobody ever really knew that I paint.
Yeah.
You know?
Let me tell you something about that. When this documentary does very well at the box office, that painting is going to be worth a motherfucker amount of money.
He's already been offered money, right, Rob?
How much for that painting so far? And then no one has really seen the documentary yet.
No one's really seen it.
Because it's coming out in a week?
April 10th. April 10th, yeah.
But when more and more people see this documentary, that painting, the price is going to go way up.
Wait, hold on. Are you sure it's April 10th? We have April 3rd.
Oh, no, it's April 10th here. Yeah,
okay.
April 3rd is wrong. It's actually April 10th, New York and LA, then it does a national rollout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you ever sell the shit painting?
Absolutely not.
No.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to give it to a gift to a very, very, very close dear friend of mine at some point.
Okay. And he doesn't just do paintings of logs and toilet bowls. His other stuff.
It's amazing. His landscapes, like Edward Hopper, they're beautiful.
I actually really like some of the stuff.
Actually, if there's an art gallery anywhere that would be more than willing to just show the work without selling it, I'm right interested in that.
Does that include the shit painting?
Sure.
That should be the only painting in one of the rooms. You should get like
its wing.
Yeah, you should get a gallery that has 2 or 3 rooms and the one painting in one room.
That's a lot of lights. Yeah. Paul Stanley's doing it. I mean, Paul Stanley's out doing it. He's got his art stuff, and fucking Lars is a big art collector.
Yeah, maybe I can sell one day.
Yeah, we'll just see if he can.
Can I say one thing in Metallica's defense? Just because you mentioned Lars, like when I called up to do the interview with Lars, he's got like 5,000 people that you have to get through. We get to the final assistant, and the assistant's like, okay, you've got 5 minutes. He's waiting for 3 other interviews. Lars Ulrich sat down, right? For 35 minutes, he went on about these guys. I mean, literally, you could not say. He was so fantastic, and it was like, I got to just do a shout out to those guys, because as much as he's saying, they should have picked up Anvil for tour, they really, Lars really went out of his way.
It wasn't even in criticism of Metallica, because we love those guys. It was more like, was there any feeling from you guys, like, hey, man, they could have brought us out? Was there anything?
No, you have to understand the business, the way it works, that if you want to be in a support position, it's either you buy your way on or you're got to be worth ticket sales. One of the two. So you need to be really out there and happening before you're worthy of the position, because they need you to bring in ticket sales. Otherwise, I mean, then what are you doing there?
You buy your way on, like, is that how it is with Ozfest too? You have to pay a certain amount of money to be on.
Absolutely, that's how the headliners are able to be able to go out on tour, and that's how they're actually making money. All the support bands. That's what the whole idea of calling it support band. It's financial support or ticket sales support. That's what it really means.
I remember the shit fucking club owners giving you tickets and going, okay, sell the tickets, and then fucking sell them to your friends or whatever. Hey, you didn't really have that many people.
Off each one.
Yeah. You didn't really have that many people tonight. You'd have to put your own guy at the door with the clicker. This fucking club owner would always try to jap you.
There's some great club owner stuff in this film.
Every club owner of every club was a piece of shit.
Who was fighting the club owner? Lips?
It was
that rule, man. You got right in his face.
Good.
How much were you trying to get from the guy? It didn't seem like it was a lot.
No, it wasn't. It was only
100 euros, right?
A couple $100, but
what is that?
The principle of it.
That's right. Well, no, it was the fuel money to get to the next gig.
Gig, right?
Why didn't the woman who was running the show fucking book your train tickets in advance? That's driving me nuts.
That was driving us completely.
Dude, why did you not understand that? How do you think we felt? The crew, we were like this tour is being organized by a total lunatic. On one hand, it was great for the movie, but on the other hand, it was like she was putting them through hell.
Yeah.
It was really hard, right? What was going on with that, dude? I mean, I never understood.
You're watching the train go away, and that was their train, and now they're sitting there like, what? Now what?
Yeah,
in the middle of nowhere.
You understand that English was not her first, but her seventh language.
Right, which made it a little made it rough.
Why didn't she fucking buy train tickets so you guys would know? All right, we get an 11 o'clock train. Let's leave the hotel at 10. We'll be fine.
Right. Well, I mean, we were going to a festival in Lorca Festival in Spain, and that's what happened. And next thing I know, I'm calling Twisted Sister's manager, help!
Amazing.
So did you guys get to the festival?
Yeah, we did. We did.
Would they throw you on another train, a later train?
Yeah, we were able to catch another train.
Yeah, but also what happened?
I mean, Europe is very, very connected by trains. I mean, the trains run all day and all night, so
but it wasn't
that big. Yeah, it was just disappointing. The fact that, I mean, we had all the equipment, you see, that we're carrying our guitars, drum parts, everything, and we literally ran from the bus into the train station to see that, and as you can see, Rob's standing there with his shirt off. It's boiling hot. We're in the south of Spain.
Fuck, was I pissed off?
And man, he wanted to wring her neck, man.
What was her reasoning? Like, what did she say? What did you guys leave?
Just miscalculation.
She had no concept of what we all know as time.
So would you leave the hotel at 10:30 for an 11 o'clock train and miss it like that shit?
Exactly.
Dumb stuff.
Yeah, she had no idea.
And when we were editing the movie, right, Lips would be coming to LA looking at stuff, and I would be going, dude, look at this. You need to fire that woman. Like, sit down and watch, and there would be 10 of us going, fire this woman now. We'd show like 40 minutes of footage. Because, what was great about them was they were like, you know what, even though it's a disaster, at least they're touring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was still that sense of, like you said, right?
Let's put it this way. Without her help, it would have been a pretty boring movie.
Right.
I mean, we got to
put up with our fuck-ups.
Yeah, exactly. And the more the fuck-ups, the better it was for the movie.
Oh, yeah. You didn't realize, but at the time, you didn't realize
I mean, it might have been painful and a little bit annoying, but at the end of the day, it's all okay.
I think as far as fun, we did have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
I think as far as management goes, though, especially after having shitty management for so many years, can't you guys identify
for any years
like shitty management after so many years?
Well, there hasn't been really any management.
Really?
Well,
who would take care of things?
I did.
You did.
But what happened in these particular cases is, she decided that, she told me, stop your worry, don't worry. And, normally I would be going, okay, we've got to be at this train station. I'd have all the logistics set up. But she kept on assuring me that she had it together.
She certainly didn't,
Don't worry.
She certainly didn't have it together.
So you felt like
it was basically the first time we had began working with her. Generally speaking, I would book all the shows. And I mean, she did a great job in the level that we're given like 35, 40 dates, and only 2 of them fell out. Mm-hmm. And the only reason that 2 of them fell out is there were riots in France. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the best
we
part
were told not to enter the
country.
country.
The best part was when we the crew got the tour itinerary, right? She would like book a show in Paris, right, on a Tuesday, and then Wednesday we'd have to be in Portugal, right? So the fuel costs, and then like on the Thursday we'd be in Rome. So it was like booked, like, how do you describe it? Like a demented monkey throwing darts at a ball. Yeah. It was like, let's just take a map of Europe and we'll just throw a dart.
There's a way to do it where logistically it works
you can figure it out a little better.
So halfway round, it was like there was no money because of the petrol that it cost to go these distances, man. So they'd finish a show, like at 11 o'clock, they'd get in the truck and they'd drive like 14 hours to the next show, and then it would rinse and repeat for like 4 weeks. The crew, right, these so-called seasoned Hollywood veterans, right? They just couldn't deal with it. They were 15 years younger. They couldn't keep up with these guys.
Yeah, speaking of that, Lips, do you have a story where you want to just quit?
No.
Well, you don't have a story where it came close where you're like, you know what, fuck this. Like something crazy that went on? Club owner, bad travel, just something that really got to your soul, and you said, you know what, I can't do this anymore.
No, there was only one time where I got really pissed off. I had a sound man living in my apartment, and he rifled through all my drawers until he found my hidden money and stole all my money. I was really pissed off because I'd given him a place to stay.
Sure.
it was our sound man, and it was, to me, it was like, this is connected to the band. If it wasn't for the band, I wouldn't have somebody stealing out of my fucking drawers, you know?
Why did you ever get your money back from them?
No, I never got the money back, but I was really pissed off, but I came to realize, no, what the fuck am I mad at the band for? It's my fault I let this piece of shit into my house.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that was the only moment where it might have crossed my mind that look at the things that happened as a result of being in a band. But other than that, the band itself, I'm extraordinarily proud of it. I feel as though it's always been successful because, I mean, you know, it's how you look at what success is. Success is being able to write songs, put it on CDs, and have your fans listen to you and get to go play live.
Right.
I've been doing it for 30 years, and without major record company help or anything. You know, it's all been on our own terms. It's great, man.
Yeah, a lot of people unfortunately don't see success that way. You know. They see it as
everything is dollar signs.
Tickets, sales and shit like that.
Yeah, but what about the success about enjoying your life?
Exactly. Yeah, 'cause a lot of people are miserable.
How many people hate going to their job?
Yeah.
I love going to my job, and even if there's only one person in the club, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, you're still playing.
I'm on a stage tonight. What are you doing?
Exactly.
And I've seen that multiple times where the band has played to no one or 6 people.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable, man. And that is why we all decided to make this movie, because we were just like, how could you, you must be doing it because you love it, if you're willing to go through that.
Stop rubbing it in.
You like rubbing it in.
No, but it's true though.
You keep bringing it up. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but you know,
playing shitholes with one fucking bloke sitting there throwing shit at you. It's like, hey, dude.
All right, chill out. I was sitting right next to you. You didn't realize that, right? One time is good. You're up to like 10.
Every band plays to empty rooms.
Yes.
There is no such thing to be immune to that.
Yeah.
Every
sounds
band.
like my
comes
career,
with
man.
it.
I'm a comedian.
Right.
This sounds like my career, man.
You
I'm
played
always
fucking
playing shit gigs. I still play tons of shit gigs.
Yeah.
Hey, how many original members were there in the band when you guys started? There was you guys, obviously, and how many guys were there when you first started?
Stumpy Peeps.
Four. Four-piece band. Now,
why don't you guys talk about those two and what happened?
We did. We shot them actually. We filmed them
literally.
Yeah, but we did. They're going to be on the DVD because actually when we had it in the movie, we had to take so much stuff out. We shot 300 hours of footage for an 80-minute movie. Right. So there was so many things that
What are they doing now?
Why did the original 2 guys leave? That's the first 2 guys.
Burnout.
Yeah, they just basically couldn't. They weren't lifers, you know. They were really not in it for the real reasons, you know. They were in it for Dave was in it just to fuck pussy and drink beer.
That's right. And be a lot of people do get into it for that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's admirable.
Those are good reasons.
that was really his major goal, you know.
Right.
And Ian, you know, he just
and he was good at it. Dave was really good at it.
Banged a lot of chicks.
Oh yeah. He was a pussy magnet deluxe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but bizarrely, the original bass player, Ian Dixon, is one of the North America's leading model makers. So, say you have a Predator figurine and it's busted and it's a high-end thing, you send it to Ian and he'll fix it for you, right? Also, he
fixes models?
He fixes models and he builds dinosaurs. He built the Triceratops in the foyer of the Baltimore Museum of Science.
Really?
Right? He builds, so he has this whole other career that he began when he was on the road with you guys, right? I remember being on the road.
Yeah, we used to do shit like that on the road.
He would make models.
We'd, build models and fuck around just for enough time. Right?
Did he make
you couldn't make it out.
As well as bring hamsters and gerbils with us.
Actually, a lot of that.
Did he make models of pussy for the other guy to fuck?
Yeah, why didn't he do it? Actually, all this stuff is actually in the book. There's an Anvil book.
Oh, nice.
So, you can read all about it.
All right.
Have you guys kept up with the digital stuff as far as digital delivery of music, websites to keep your fans informed or shit like that? Have you delved into that?
Downloads and shit like that.
Yeah.
We're learning about that. Stuff. Yeah. We're not really completely in that. Yeah.
Because the record labels are getting cut out. I
know it's very hard now for especially independents. Usually just fucking pump it out digitally these days. Not even
right
a hard
now,
disc.
Things have changed dramatically for our band. We have a real manager now. For real.
They have a great manager.
Rick Sales, who manages Slayer, Mastodon, and Bullet for My Valentine, manages Anvil now. We've got a real agent. We have real labels. We have Sony in Japan and the UK. I believe EMI for America is going to. So all this is coming on board. And they'll put us into that.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll.
So weird to hear all that because where the movie ended, you're like, oh my god, what's going to happen to these guys? Right?
It's good to know. It's
sort of good. It's definitely good to know because you definitely feel for these two in the movie. We should get them out of here.
The documentary is called
Anvil.
It's called Anvil.
Anvil.
The story of Anvil,
Yes.
and in New York and Los Angeles, because we're all over the U.S. and Canada. You can catch it April 10th.
And then there's a rollout. But if you go to anvilmovie.com, it'll tell you when it's coming to your city, and it rolls out all over April and May.
I
loved it, man.
I loved it. Jimmy loved it. 97% positive reviews on RottenTomatoes.com. It's a must-see, I think, if you're into the rock thing, especially, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you're a Spinal Tap fan.
Well, or if you're, been in bands and kicked around, done that shit. It's really cool. That's great, man.
Thank you, guys. Man.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Thanks for having us up here.
No problem.
Thanks very much, guys.
Well, good luck, too, man. We will help you get what you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Right. We're going to take a quick break, continue.
Okay.
Opie and Anthony. Jim Norton. Judah Friedlander. He was very quiet during the Anvil interview.
You know, I was just, as soon as you said the shit painting, I was mesmerized and I couldn't focus.
And Judah's doing a gig. I want to throw in a plug for Judah's gig, too.
Man.
It's the first theater I ever did. It's the TLA in
The Living Arts.
Theater of the Living Arts in Philadelphia. You go to his website, judahfriedlander.com.
I have a ticket discount that I just activated, I want to say. If you go to my website or go to livenation.com, hit my name. And if you type in the password champion, you can get in for only $10.
Nice.
Jesus.
Little recession special I'm running.
And if you don't type that in, you get in for $5.
Yeah, no.
I thought I would get a laugh.
No.
Nothing? All right.
There was one.
But
you got a couple chuckles.
JudahFreelander.com, April 4th.
Saturday.
Is this Saturday?
Next Saturday. Not this Saturday. Next Saturday.
That's a great theater to see a show in, man. It's a little theater on South Street in Philly. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. Sweet. Good.
And we had Ray. We have Patrice, of course, is here. And
Patrice O'Neal, everyone.
Ray Liotta yesterday, you missed.
Whoa!
Yeah, that was a good one.
How was that? Spectacular?
It was good, yeah.
That was a biggie.
He
pretty good.
He signed my fucking Goodfellas DVD, which was very good.
That of every celebrity meeting I've ever had, that's like one of the tops I've ever had, man, was meeting Ray Liotta.
Yeah, well, you know.
That was a biggie.
He's a fan of comedy and stuff.
Oh, well, yeah, awesome. He came in, he knew Jimmy's stuff, which
from Union, New Jersey.
Annoyed everybody.
No, it was cool. No, it was cool. We all worked together, so it was nice to get a picture of all of us because we did do a project together, which we didn't talk about.
Oh, that's right.
There's so much going on in our careers and his. It was just
did
a little side project we all did together. You laughed. We actually did.
What was
GTA,
it?
man.
Grand Theft Auto.
We all were in Grand Theft Auto together.
4, I believe. Right.
His part might have been a little bigger than my lousy little phone call.
I'm not sure which one it was. Was it 3?
You know.
That's pretty sweet.
I got my fucking Goodfellas DVD displayed too. So I got him and Frank Vincent. I got to get De Niro and Pesci on.
And you got your stuff signed too, right?
Yes, I did. And I just found out something.
What?
Something very interesting.
Are we all in here now?
Yeah, well, yesterday, if you remember, and I'm always negligent of this, I have a Goodfellas DVD. Of course I do, at my house, but I forgot to bring it in, and knowing Ray Liotta's coming in, I want that fucker signed. So I decided, he'll be, I'm sure. I decided I needed another one. I don't care how many I have, I just wanted a signed one. So one of the interns was going to go out and get me a DVD, bring it back here for Ray Liotta to sign. Time was of the essence because the stores didn't open until like 9 o'clock.
Right.
And Ray Liotta was only going to be here for a limited time, and I think he was coming in at 9. So the race was on. Would Ray Liotta leave before my DVD got here to sign? It's very dramatic.
See, this is where you need a friend who has the Times Square porno video knowledge.
Right.
That also sells regular movies, which are 24 hours.
Because they have to have a certain percentage of regular movies and porno. You're exactly right, sir. Yeah. But they didn't know that, so they waited till 9 o'clock. I thought there was plenty of time. Apparently, an intern was sent. Which intern was sent?
Intern Paul.
Intern Paul, who they put one of our crack interns on this.
Yes.
And I'm not being sarcastic. He is the good, one of the best.
He's the superstar intern.
Because they didn't want to fuck this up.
Right.
He apparently called this very station. Called and said, I am at Borders, was it? I am at Borders. There is but one copy of Goodfellas here.
Lucky thing, that's all you needed.
That's all I needed was one. Still with plenty of time left and one copy left there. He was directed by none other than Steve Carlisi.
We needed a
to
stinger
leave Borders. Leave. Because Steve wanted a DVD also. So instead of getting the one and bringing it back for me, he left that place, went in search of a store with two DVDs, and did not get back in time. Ray Liotta left. Thank God for my twink boyfriend, Travis, who got a DVD, brought it here, got it signed, and said, Anthony, I know how much you enjoy Goodfellas, Ray Liotta. You take mine.
Very good.
Which it will be displayed in the case by my movie theater in the basement with a small plaque with an insignia on loan from Travis. It's going to say on loan from Travis Teft.
That's awesome. So there's no problem here.
The problem is Steve Carlisi decided it was more important than to get the talent, me, the talent,
and you are,
a DVD.
Are
you done?
Valid question. A valid question.
Am I done? No, I wasn't.
Okay, continue.
Steve Carlisi thought it was more important. Whoa. To forego the bird in the hand for the two in the mouth. You know,
cockatoos.
And thus missing out on the Ray Liotta signature. I am now done. Steve Carlisi,
Thank you.
You may step up to the bench.
You're absolutely right. I sent him from Borders to Virgin to see if they could get a DVD, because Paul did not have a DVD in his hand. He had a Blu-ray disc in his hand.
That is a DVD. And that, I do have a Blu-ray player.
I didn't know that.
And I didn't care if it was a Blu-ray player or not. It's not to play. It's to have him sign it and to just have it.
Right.
That, to me, was... And it would have been easy to come and run in and ask, Anthony, is it okay if it's Blu-ray? Yes! 2 seconds. You could have brought
Truth, I thought we had more time with Liotta. I thought he could get back in time. All right? It had nothing to do with me giving
I
you
told
shit
him to go to Blockbuster and get a cassette. He wanted a video cassette.
Steve Carlisi decided.
Did you get your copy of Goodfellas signed?
Thank God for Travis, who, by the way, Travis now does not have one.
I have.
And he went through the trouble of actually bringing one in because he's a very thoughtful guy, and I was forgetful. And I did not bring mine in. But Travis brought one in.
Single tear rolls down my cheek for Travis because I have had to donate my own shit.
What is that?
The single tear, it's fiddle, the world's smallest fiddle playing just for you.
I've had on a number of occasions had to donate my own stuff so that you guys could have it signed.
Example?
Reservoir Dogs.
I bought Reservoir Dogs.
Didn't get here in time apparently because I had to donate my own just so somebody could get it signed.
No, that wasn't me. I know mine got here in time.
So what he's saying, he doesn't get credit for that.
He doesn't get credit for that.
He don't get credit for all other good things he does.
Yeah. You don't get credit for the good things you do. You get credit when you fuck up.
So it's basically you just take away his credit when you fuck up, but none of the good stuff matters. You just knocked his credit down from 800 to 620 because he fucked that up a little bit, is what he's saying.
Hey, look, I'm living in the now.
Wow.
I had to bring up.
What have you done for me lately, huh?
Exactly.
This is
what
we're
talking about.
Doesn't matter what you did yesterday.
It's okay. Yes.
Travis, comment?
Well, also,
Travis, comment. Travis.
I don't think the argument here is that, oh no, Travis didn't get his Goodfellas. It's that you should have had it before Ray Liotta left.
Exactly. There was plenty of time. I gave my money to the intern. The intern was sent out with the specific purpose of getting Anthony a DVD of Goodfellas.
So what you're asking Steve is what was on your what he didn't uncover is what was on your mind when you told him that
it wasn't a DVD. It wasn't a DVD. It was a Blu-ray disc. So I said, all right, well, go see if you can find a DVD. I honestly thought Liotta would be here for longer.
Sam, comment.
He was trying to find something for you to play.
But I have a DVD. I have a Blu-ray player. Yes, you do. $250,000 for a movie theater. What do you think I got, a VHS?
In retrospect, I should have thought about that. I should have thought this fucker has his own movie theater. He probably has a Blu-ray player. So
and it's readily available,
but
dude.
I have, there's so many times where I've come back.
Goodfellas is really in the $5.99 Walmart.
Oh, I know. Look, I didn't care where they got it, whatever. But there was a
Mafia bundle.
Can I? The Mafia bundle.
It's in the Mafia bundle.
Casino and fucking.
But they always throw one bad one in there.
Yeah.
Can't you give us 3 good ones?
Jay Moore's Mafia.
Oh, why?
Oh, come on.
Hey, Joe in Dallas wants in. Joe, go ahead. This might be a point for Anthony right here. I'm not sure. Joe.
Hey, Steve, you're a boob. I'm a listener, and I know that Anthony's got a Blu-ray player.
Congratulations.
How about Sam?
Blu-ray, it's what I did last night.
Jesus. You can call me Ray.
What's Sam's got?
Sam, comment.
Sam, comment.
Only thing, just as an onlooker, what's not being addressed is Steve is saying now that he sent Paul out to get a regular DVD, whereas Paul said that Steve sent him out to get a second copy. So if Steve sent him out to get a second copy, then he's late because Steve needed a copy.
Well, where's Paul? Where's Paul?
Right here on the phone.
Oh no!
Okay. Go ahead, Paul.
Paul, comment?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
I left with ample time from Borders to get back to the studio.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was that I had one copy in my possession when I left Borders.
One.
But Steve decided it was a better idea to go down to Times Square to the Virgin Megastore.
Wow.
Knowing that Ray Liotta was only there for a few more minutes.
Ooh.
No, it's not true, though. That's not true. I didn't know he was only there for a few more minutes.
We knew we only had Ray Liotta for a very limited time.
I swear to you, the conversations we had prior was that he was going to be there for a while.
First of all, he's Ray Liotta.
Yeah,
he's a busy man.
There's no guarantee that he's going to do more than 15 minutes.
What did you leave the video store with? What did you leave Borders with?
I left Borders with the one Blu-ray copy that they had and had them search all surrounding Borders and then called Steve, not knowing the area quite well enough.
Why is this Blu-ray thing like one of the parts of this argument? It doesn't even matter. Right. It doesn't even matter if it was an old VHS.
A VHS would have been fine for him to sign.
Sign something.
He's signing it.
Okay.
He's not getting it to actually watch it. Like, I want to see this while Ray's here.
I probably have 3 copies of Goodfellas.
Fucking we listen to Blu-ray. Like who gives a shit?
As a guinea, it's mandatory. You have to have one in every room.
Just get something signed and frame
it. It's like a mezuzah. They're nailed to the side of my door, and I rub it when I go in.
Here's my signed Michael Jordan shoe that I'm gonna play in. I'm going jogging in my
Babe Ruth baseball.
You don't play them. Fucking play.
Paul, that's it then.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I do feel partially responsible because it was against my better judgment to hop in a cab and go down to Times Square, knowing that there was such a short amount of time to do this.
Well, Paul, did Steve indicate that he had wanted one? What
yes, no, Steve was the one who told me to get 2 copies, one for himself.
Okay, so that wasn't
However,
anything to do with the Blu-ray. That isn't anything. There was a second copy that you wanted one, which is fine. But if it's to sacrifice both of them, not getting signed because Ray Liotta will be gone, then it is not a wise decision.
It was in the sense that you wanted a DVD, and I really was trying to stick to that. You know, again, he didn't have one in his hand. I said you can get down.
I had a Blu-ray in my
I understand that.
You want it, but even I know Anthony owns a Blu-ray player. I know he at least has a PS3 that I'm sure he has hooked up to his theater.
Very good, the PS3. Yes.
I didn't know you had a PS3.
They got Nintendo?
Yeah.
What did Sam say?
Sam says I've got to listen in order to...
Just to the show.
Oh, Sam. Holy shit.
Read the recaps.
So, well, apparently that's how you executive produce.
Exactly.
Does this guy still work?
What's that?
He still works for you guys?
Not after today.
Oh!
Because that's what you do. You fire your best guys, and that's how you run a show. No, actually, the real reason is Paul is one of those unfortunate CSB cases who.
Is he?
Yeah, can't come back.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
He can't come back?
Because CSB is no longer a functioning school. After his term, we can't bring him back.
Can we just open up some fucking sham broadcasting schools? We could just have interns that we want.
Could keep these good guys.
He's going to school here. Yeah. Keep in. He's here. How you doing in your classes?
Yeah, these guys do great for us. We got to figure out.
I know. We got to figure something out. A scam.
Get him a job.
Let's get some kind of Nigerian broadcasting scam together. Connecticut School of Broadcasting wasn't much better than those scams. Trust me.
I think the big problem here is that you sent the guys to Borders.
Why? Is that it?
DVD Planet, Broadway, and 47th Street.
Yeah.
They always have a lot of Goodfellas. They have
Remember
Goodfellas
that.
and Scarface.
Of course,
and a lot of Bruce Lee movies.
Oh, I bet.
That's all they have. And porno movies.
And porno, because they got to have a certain percentage of legitimate movies to exist in the city under the Giuliani rules.
Yeah.
That he put in place.
Stupid.
But yeah, next time we will know that.
Well, the worst part is that I ran 10 fucking blocks to try to get there in time. I don't know if you guys saw me when I came in. I was a goddamn mess.
Yes.
You made the effort.
He did make the effort.
Yeah.
He had what he needed to bring back in time, but was then thwarted by none other than Steve Carlisi.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Everybody knows he has a Blu-ray.
Even I know, Steve. What are you talking about?
So, Paul, when you were now, do you have a Blu-ray player, Steve?
What? Yeah, I do.
So you were instructed
specifically for Blu-ray.
Yeah, I did. But you know what? Quite frankly, I got 3 copies of fucking Goodfellas on DVD.
That's what I have. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give it. You know, and I just
wanted it signed.
All right.
Yeah.
I really thought you wanted a DVD signed. You know, whatever.
Well, you know,
but it's in essence a DVD.
All right.
It's just the Blu-ray.
Maybe Steve is such a perfectionist.
3 copies
Why does everybody have 3 copies of Goodfellas?
It's a good movie.
I think you need to start carrying one in your car, man.
So you can put the second one in right away, so you don't have to. Like,
No, because you fall victim to the whole collector's edition and then deluxe edition and Criterion
and then
Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Why'd you forget your Goodfellas DVD? Is there?
Because I wake up in the morning and just I don't think of anything.
Yeah, I got you.
I put mine the night before, like
by
little
the
kids'
door.
clothes.
I do with my mail. If I have something to mail out, I put my car keys on top of it.
Yeah, me too.
Which I should have done.
I collect all my busy work for Kenny, and I put it right next to the door before I. So when I wake up, I'm like, oh, that's right, busy work for Kenny. Take care of this.
Yeah.
Now.
It's your busy work.
This stupid busy work.
Yeah, I usually do that, but then I forgot. And,
all right, so we go with Steve. So obviously Steve didn't mess up. Who do we?
I gotta go with intern Paul. Made the effort.
Okay.
There was a monetary exchange. He had the disc,
but who could
there
prove?
Was plenty of time.
Who could prove that intern Paul was nice and sweaty from running the 10 blocks back to the? Oh, Sam.
I saw him. He was sweating.
All right.
Maybe he's not a fast enough runner, man.
I just thought. Oh, everybody's raising their hand now. I just thought. All I know is he had the DVD. He had my money. He made the exchange. He was on his way back with ample time, and was then thwarted.
Yeah. Thwarted. I said haul ass. You could probably get to Virgin and back.
Probably.
I didn't even leave the store before I was on the phone. I called when I saw there was one copy and had her searching the lady behind the counter, searching the other Borders in the area while I was calling Steve. I wasted 0 time on that.
Right.
I was even standing outside for a half hour waiting for Borders to open.
I have a question, though. How fast are you? How fast did you do those 10 blocks, man?
Well, once I finally got the text from intern Charlie that he was gone, I decided to slow down for the last 5 blocks because I was kind of winded.
It's useless at that point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm a decently fit guy, I would say.
He's tall, so he's probably got a nice long stride.
Yep. I was knocking old ladies over here and there, just trying to go. I almost got hit by 2 cabs, so I was moving.
He was making the effort.
All right.
Well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that one.
Me too.
Anthony, next time I'll just go with my better judgment, and hopefully it works out.
Thank you.
All right,
No
intern
problem.
Paul.
I'm
everyone.
sorry once again.
All right.
Don't be sorry, please.
Why?
I wound up getting Travis's. Fuck him.
Oh, yeah. Fuck Travis.
I'm just glad I could help out the cause.
On loan. There will be a plaque on loan.
That would be hilarious.
So I can't wait to see that.
That'd be really funny. All right.
Very good. We are complete. I feel completed.
This show is a soap opera.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, Judah.
What's up, man?
What's
Judah.
up,
Judah, I got to tell you, I saw.
Oh yeah,
Feast.
How'd you like it, man?
I thought
like
it was
that movie.
fucking great.
Yeah,
it was
I like that
hysterical.
movie.
You were hysterical in it.
It's a crazy movie.
It really is. It's so like everyone's over the top in it.
Yeah.
And shit. And I love the beginning where it
freeze frames.
showed all the freeze frames of the characters and what their life expectancy is pretty much estimated as being in this
mine
movie
was
because
like,
of monsters.
He's an idiot and an asshole.
Yeah. You were the beer delivery guy.
Yeah.
Just coming in and he got sprayed with some shit. He had maggots coming out of him.
Those were like real maggots all
Yeah,
over me.
dude, that was sick.
Really?
Yeah. I think they might have been mealworms, but they were real ones all over, up my nose and my mouth.
Yeah, because at one point they're coming out your nose, and you're going like,
Dude, it was the funniest thing. We had to film a thing where I have the worm up my nose.
Yeah.
And I have to
snot
rocket
it out. Snot rockets it
onto
out.
the camera lens. And we're like, how are we going to do that? I'm like, I can do it.
I got aim.
You know? But then sometimes,
good aim.
but we had too much of that monster vomit goo up my nose too. It was getting stuck. And then one of the effects guys, he's like, guys, I got this. So he put one of the mealworms in a straw and then shoots it into the straw and, like, first take, just nails it.
Wow.
Right on the camera lens.
Nice.
And, I was
And
like,
then
wow,
you do
this
that.
guy's fucking good. He
Did
actually
Peter
knew.
call up and complain that a mealworm was killed?
No, the mealworms were actually, they can survive in your nose and get snot rocketed out onto the camera lens, no problem.
And not be hurt.
The same guy, there was this guy, it was a white guy from Kenya who was the maggot wrangler. Yeah.
Buana.
This guy Jules, he's the same guy who did all the steaks and snakes on a plane. And he was the one that was in charge of all the maggots.
He was the maggot wrangler?
Wow. And then I would go to the craft service table with maggots all over me, and people would be like, get the fuck away from there. I'm like, no, I'm hungry. And sometimes they would, like, fall around.
Did the maggots bite you?
No, they're real slow, you know.
Well, they don't have to be speed demons to bite you.
No, they didn't do that, as far as you know. Although every once in a while...
What's the problem with maggots, then, if they don't bite you?
I'll be like, I hope none, like, crawled up in me and they're, like, breeding inside me.
Oh, yeah, and your
every
brain,
once in a while,
like-
I'll get one of those, like... things, but it was fun.
Captain, they put creatures in our bodies.
Yeah.
Or in your
Crawls in his
pee
ear.
hole.
Yeah.
In your pee hole.
I have bad OCD. I'm like a total germaphobe.
boo.
This is... What's that?
Boo.
Yeah. No, I said, there's a scene in the movie where I have to smoke a joint. And, they're fake joints. They taste terrible. But the props guy has to make, like, 10 joints.
Oh, shit.
Because
so
you have to
he's
do a lot
rolling.
of takes,
Yeah.
right? And then in between takes, to keep the joint, like, lit to save time, he takes a drag off of it.
Fuck that.
And then he hands it to me. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I can't do that.
Roll and light
I'm a
another one.
germaphobe. He's like, dude, you just had fucking maggots up your nose, and you don't want to take a cigarette bump off me? I'm like, no.
No one's
sorry,
gotten
dude."
herpes from maggots, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So he was like really offended. I'm like, dude, you gotta
Too fucking
understand.
bad. Fuck him and his dirty lips.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do it. So.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, though. It was a funny movie. Like, had some really good
they have
gore
2
in it.
sequels out now that
No
went straight
shit,
to DVD.
really?
I actually have a cameo in the second one where I get to make out with the chick, Honey Pie.
Really?
Yeah, she's
she's
crazy
pretty
little.
cute.
Yeah, she's a hottie. And then they did a.
What was
Feast 3.
happening to you in that?
I
After
was
you
just
got,
kind of well.
you were rotting away or something.
I think I was rotting throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, they
but
kinda never
sort of-
really-
They sort of ran out of like special effects budget because at one point my skin on my forearm starts like coming up and it
Yeah,
feels
like there's something
it looks
underneath
like there's
it.
something underneath my skin, like a snake or
But then
something.
nothing comes
and
of
then
that.
Nothing happens. Yeah.
And like your veins start showing
Yeah,
through you.
yeah.
But nothing happened. I don't know
I
what's
just
happening to
decompose
you.
throughout the whole movie, and at the end, the monster just squashes my head, and my brain explodes.
Oh, when
everywhere.
he fucking, the monster does this clap move on his head, and his head just explodes. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
That was fun.
I just,
It was awesome. Yeah,
I was going through the channels, and I came across the movie as they were doing the freeze frame, and it was you. They did the freeze frame on it. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, okay, let me watch this.
Nice.
And I was just laughing through the whole movie.
Yeah, I think it's a good low budget, kind of a throwback to like the '80s gore.
Definitely, yeah,
movies.
yeah.
And it's supposed to be
tongue in
funny,
cheek
too.
though, because there's those parts in it where like, okay, this guy's the hero, you know, and he comes in, it's a fucking hero guy, I'm gonna save everybody, and
Nice.
he just gets fucking wiped out.
That's like in the first 2 minutes in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
You think this guy's going to be like the star.
Yeah.
One of
Because
the
let me
dudes-
tell you, I know how to survive. I was out there with these. And he's got this whole speech he gives. Then he's standing by the window, and whammo, he just gets fucking ripped out, fucking disemboweled, and
it's really fucking violent too.
Yeah,
it's like,
extremely
that
violent.
scene's actually really scary.
Where do you find this film? Is it on? It's on
DVD.
It's
yeah.
on DVD. It's on. I saw it.
I gotta check it out
on cable. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah, the guy John Gulager was the director, man.
Was that one of those like?
It was the last Project Greenlight movie.
Project Greenlight, yeah.
And the only one that turned
I
a
saw it was
profit,
Matt
'cause they
Damon
made-
and they produced.
Yeah, they made they made 2 straight-to-DVD sequels, so it was a huge hit.
So it did all right.
God damn.
Yeah.
That was a
fun.
good one.
I love horror movies, man. I want to do more of those.
Yeah, it was good. You were good.
It's hard for me to get submitted for them. I don't know. It seems like agents and managers, that's like the last thing they want to submit you for, but like that's what I want to do. I want to do horror movies and do Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal movies. I would be totally happy if that was my career.
And then Jason Mewes was in it too, and he got his face ripped off or some shit.
Yeah.
They fucking ripped his face off.
Yeah, he was a cool dude. I left him my Body Double DVD and I never got it back.
All right, I gotta go, guys.
Oh no,
Where you going,
Jimmy!
man? Well, why don't we take a break so we can
Now
properly
batting
say, goodbye
for
to
Jimmy Norton, Patrice O'Neill. What's the matter, Patrice? Patrice got like a cranky ass look on his face today.
You look cranky.
I think Whitey.
You all right?
I think Whitey did something. What's Whitey up to?
That's redundant. I'm just chilling, man.
All right, we're gonna find out what Patrice is about after the break.
All right, man.
Judah, what's the big gig again? TLA. That's
TLA
a great room,
Theater,
man.
Philly, Saturday, April 4th.
Yeah.
8 o'clock. You can call 215-922-1011. You can go to my website, worldchampionoftheworld.com or livenation.com. And if you type in champion on the password on the ticket page, $10.
Cool. And I'm gonna go to break here with a little Judah Friedlander comedy, man. Something a little different.
I wonder what the hell it is.
Nobody messes with me.
Okay, I don't even know what that is, man.
Fuck it. Well, we're gonna find out together.
Another quick plug. Wednesdays in April on Sirius XM Raw Dog. I'm hosting my own show Wednesdays from 5 to 6.
Damn.
Starting April 1st.
That's huge. All right, we'll talk to Judah a little more after the break, too. But first, some comedy from Judah Friedlander.
I have no idea what this
Nobody fucks with me. Guy tried to mug me the other day, and he had a gun, but I had a bucket of diarrhea. I poured it over his head. He shot himself. You gotta know how to defend yourself. I studied karate at DeVry for 6 weeks. Nobody fucks with me. I could probably kick this whole crowd's ass with my left nut. I'm a ninja. I could kill you right now. And there's nothing you can do about it. You know why? I'm not even here right now. I'm behind you. This is just a ninja mirage to fake you out. Look over your left shoulder. Nope, I just moved to the other one. You're dead again, dude. You ever watch The Karate Kid? Yeah? Remember Mr. Miyagi, right? He died a couple years ago, very sad. I killed him. I was online at the grocery store. He tried to cut in front of me. I'm like, Miyagi, what the fuck you doing, man? I had to wax the floor with his nutsack. I crane kicked him so hard, Daniel LaRusso died too. And then I stuck a bonsai tree up his butt. I'm hardcore, man. Yep. Steven Seagal's probably the only guy that can hang with me. And that's because I trained him.
The National Association of the Deaf and the Opie and Anthony Show are proud to bring you a heartwarming presentation. Mama, don't do the man. Stone Cold Deaf, a hearing impaired tribute to the music of Queen.
Mama, life is over.
Listen and cringe as a room full of genetic defectives attempts to sing a classic Queen melody. and fails miserably. God just doesn't want some people to sing. Shut up, cauliflower ears. Hey, candy dish ears, stop interrupting and let the other guy sing.
Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let it go.
You're gonna wish your ears were busted too after hearing this. That's why each CD comes with a free ice pick.
You gotta get right out of here. I got to go.
Call 1-800. What? That's 1-800-HUH-WHAT and order your copy of Stone Cold Deaf. $5 from every purchase will be donated to a special fund which supplies deaf citizens with alarm clocks, books on tape, concert tickets, and iPods. For more information on this compilation or how to get involved in the deaf community, go to www.godstrippedmeofmyhearingandmywilltoliveisfollowingquickly.com. Opie and Anthony, Sirius 197, XM 202, the virus.
Oh, my God. We haven't played that one in a while.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Keep that in the replay, please.
God damn.
That's really funny. Opie and Anthony. Judah Friedlander in studio. And Patrice O'Neill.
Morning.
Has come in to say hi. He's also promoting Bananas in Poughkeepsie.
Thank you.
March 27th through 28th. So what, Friday and Saturday? This Friday and Saturday? Yeah. For tickets, 845-462-3333 to see Patrice O'Neill this weekend at Bananas in Poughkeepsie. There you go.
Try to talk about what's in the news. I don't know what's in it.
You don't know what's in the news?
What's in the news?
Are you doing the news thing more and more with your stand-up?
What else is there to do?
Tell stories.
No.
Stories.
Be a storyteller.
I haven't really been paying attention to the news as much.
Honestly,
like when the election was going on, I like everything.
You honestly have to take a break from watching the
paying
news.
attention.
It'll just drive you nuts.
Yeah,
you guys
it's a soap opera.
I know there's dead white babies and Obama.
Right.
Said something about
Special
Olympics.
How great is that?
Yeah. Obama saying something about Special Olympics.
We did a whole break on it, basically saying, look, now Obama understands when you're just flying off the cuff trying to entertain.
He understands about morning radio now. What it takes.
And it's all you're just trying to be funny.
Because he was one of the guys. He was one of the guys that thought Amos should be fired, and he was one of the guys saying, maybe we should have more restrictions on talk shows and stuff.
Really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then the first time with that though, now he's going to actually try to play basketball.
I know, with retarded people.
I want to see the matchup.
Whatever.
You heard the Special Olympics bowling champion? He
challenged him or something, right?
The guy has bowled.
I guarantee he licks the balls first before.
He gets the job done, though. Is he a good bowler? Is he good?
How fucking...
I just want to... Judah asked if he's a good bowler. 6 perfect games, and his average is about 240, somewhere around there.
That's a good bowler.
Dude, how funny would it be if Obama's just talking smack? Go ahead, retard.
Your turn.
Roll the ball, retard.
He puts it down right on the line and kicks it. That's how he gets his perfect. Him and his numb foot. Oh, fuck.
Match his head.
But I think even the news needs to take a break from the news. Because, Wolf Blitzer, if you watch that show, there's a situation every day. How can there be a situation every day?
He's in the situation room. He needs a situation.
So he needs to find a situation every fucking day. Enough already.
Or else you don't need all those screens.
Right.
He's got all those screens behind him. You got to put something on there.
I do like
fucking cartoons with Tom and Jerry behind him.
I do like a 2 or 3 day blackout of the news. You have to. Quick headlines maybe on the internet just to make sure the world's not blown up, and then just move on with your life.
People need their news. Just look at that cover of the New York Post.
Which one, today's?
Or any of them, the Daily News.
Yeah.
Just glance at the cover and then move on.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Well, today, Valerie Bertinelli's in a bikini on the front page, so I guess the world's okay.
Yeah.
So, 48
I
years
go to
old.
though, I absolutely use the web for my news more than I do newspapers or television. At night, like right before Betty Bye time, I gotta log on, go to Drudge, go to Fark even, just to get a little humorous things from around the world.
For the internet, man.
Shit like
on that level, I complain a lot about it in terms of you talking to me.
Right.
Don't talk. But just, I complain about just strangers in my life. But, God damn it, if it wasn't for the internet, nothing that has to do with knowledge would be in my head. I would just.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Fucking how smart. It's just that you could, the references that you can go, wait a minute, it just brings you from A to B to C, and then you go, wait, I'm going to go back to...
Instant gratification as far as knowledge goes, sexual content. It's just, me and Judah were just talking about the fact that it's there's just instantaneous...
It's a defense against people wanting to be dumb, because some guy, one of these bishops said, Obama was, he likened him to Alexander the Great.
Oh.
And I'm like, all right, Alexander the Great. Let me see what the fuck is this? Is an insult or is this? What did he actually do? Now, I heard of the name, but I've never in my fucking life decided to get into Alexander the Great. To know
kid,
what the fuck
you gone to the library, got the encyclopedia.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you just Google it or Wikipedia it, and it's like instant Cliff Notes.
Yep.
Yeah. Everywhere.
It really is.
Yeah.
Man.
Knowledge is out there. It's like yesterday we were talking about that poor fucking bitch that got a leg eaten by the shark.
Oh, right.
And I was like, I wanted to see that. So I pop it
before going to bed. You want to see that?
Yeah, before I go to bed, I want to see the woman get her leg bit off by a shark. And you pop it in there. And you get brought to a video site, boom, there it is instantly.
It's a great video.
Everything is up. How quick. It didn't take much time at all for every fucking thing you need to see to be online somewhere.
Right.
But at the same time, they have to know, because people take political science in school.
Mm-hmm.
And that means there's a science to it. That means there's an actual mathematics to politics.
Right.
And I know the mathematics is that people are fucking stupid. And I'm one of them, because they're talking about these new bills that they're passing, and I'm trying to get into all that fucking
shit figured out.
And I go to a bill, and there's 85 chapters, 6,000 somethings with bylaw this, and just to get to
a problem.
The secret,
right?
The thing that's shit. Here's what the secret is, right here at 6,000.
The buried treasure.
You know what I mean? They just did the Give Act or whatever, and it's essentially it's basically a draft. I mean, it's basically trying to get people to get drafted into whatever service they
right.
need. And you just keep looking for this, and it's like volunteer service is service, volunteer service, volunteer. Then it says one little thing like, not many people are volunteering, so we have to look into mandatory, just a little, right over here, like on page 14,000. Like, you motherfucker. But it's there, it's there for you.
If you could hang in there long enough.
Have the
patience
to try to find this bullshit
you're
out.
1 in 200 million. No one's going to look for that. The people that sign the fucking bills don't look at them.
Yeah,
there's just too many pages. There's too many pages. They handed the Republicans the budget with 19 hours to look at something like 11,000
But that's
pages.
what happened to this
and
fucking
they just
money.
Well, they sign it. And then people start yelling, going, "What was in here? Why'd you sign it? What'd you do?" Well,
you bring up a good point, because it takes us still like a month to read a 250-page fucking book.
Yeah,
and these guys have to read like 6 to
and they put language in
700
it.
pages.
Lawyer speak is
12
in
hours.
there up the ass.
So if you're a normal person that's just trying to live, there's two things you could do.
Mm-hmm.
You could say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get ice cream."
Right.
I like that.
That's a good one. Ice cream's
I
good.
like that.
Or
Very
you
delicious.
become a fanatic.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And
No.
but there's a middle place that no one's enjoying.
No one casually
Are you
thumbs
becoming a
through
fanatic?
bills.
Yes.
Dude, and those politicians, even if they just went through each page, it would take more than 12 hours.
Yeah.
Without even looking at what's on the page.
Just flipping as fast
as you
can.
can. I bet you that would get
Congress-
6 to 8 hours.
Yep.
Congress. He asked me where they find bill on Congress.net.
.org.
Like it's,
No,
it
it's
has
like
to.
an org or
yeah, and it's you just
.gov or
all
something.
the they're there.
Gov.
And
Yeah.
I was listening to something, and this is what you got to do, which is if you don't become fanatical, is like they talk about JFK made a speech that got him killed, and the speech was about the secret societies and stuff. But if you listen to the whole speech, he's not talking about that. He's talking about something else. He's talking about something totally different. So I'm in there like, yes, motherfucker. See, the president's talking about the Illuminati. But then I listen to the whole fucking thing, and I'm like, oh,
see?
But then you got to do that shit. Like, you have to, like, you go from one thing, and then you go, this leads you to eugenics. Then this leads you. So I'm like, okay, what's eugenics? I'm just like, eugenics. Okay, what's this?
Now I know what that is.
Oh, okay, so they want to kill everybody. All right, so you come back around, and then you either go, all right, I'm going to stick my face in this and keep going, or you go, I'm going to get something to eat.
Or you veer off to pornography.
Yep, you
Somehow
just go, fuck it.
You click a fucking thing. Oh, I've gone online.
There's always that exit for pornography when you're online.
But do you
the
know
porno
what-
exit is always on the
Always,
highway.
like, pornography in 2 miles.
The Obama deception thing, you know, I bumped into it. I was watching 50 Cent had a video
See, look at how this happens.
of Rick Ross's girlfriend, baby's mama.
Holy shit.
One of his baby's mamas, fucking on film. And he was narrating it, and then at the bottom, it was a fucking ad.
If you
Obama deception.
like,
Boom,
oh,
I go,
I'm going
man, what's
there.
this shit here?
That's how it works.
And then I'm fucking on this thing watching this shit. I can't stop watching the end game. I can't stop watching all this fucking
I've gone
shit.
to log on to get just check my email, and my homepage will pop up. You know, the first page, which is either CNN or something like that, and I'll see a headline and go, ooh, click on that. And then you find yourself, you're 10 clicks deep into some other shit.
Like, how did I get here?
And then it's like, I never fucking checked my mail. I never did.
I used to do a joke about that about porn, where you just click until you're in another. You just keep clicking, and I clicked so much I got to an Asian porn site, and it was their letters. Like it was like squiggly lines, circle, dot, fucking whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just.
Those are the
it
good
was-
ones, dude. Those are the good ones.
Yeah, the real fucking.
You know what it is? It's like
Dragon.org and shit.
Dude, it's fucking Martin Sheen's Trip Up the River in Apocalypse. You just, the deeper you go, the sicker it gets, you know, and you kind of lose track of where the fuck you were going.
Great point.
I'm 10 clicks in.
Can I go back, though, because we passed over way too fast. Alexander the Great. What the fuck did he do?
He
was great.
He was the guy, if you did 302, he comes around.
I got it was good.
You know, if you do 300, the movie was horrendous.
Yeah. Oh,
but if you do 302, like if they did the movie 302, he'll be in it because he's the one who eventually.
Oh, I thought you meant 302. Like
No,
they found
300. If you do the movie 300,
warriors.
he's like after 300, after Leonidas and all that.
Yeah.
So if you did that,
Sam Jackson would probably be in his movie.
and then he fucking he conquered Persia.
And was he like 19
Persia.
when he did it or something like that?
I didn't.
I think he was like.
Yeah, but that's like being 50 nowadays.
No, that's a good point.
King Tut died at 3.
Yeah.
3.
The baby king.
King Tut
That's like
was a
40,
mess.
right? Like, how old was he really? Like 13 or something?
14 or some stupid shit.
What the hell can he accomplish?
They made him gay in that Alexander the Great movie.
Well, they always sissies. The Greeks was popping each other in the ass.
Oh, they love the
Leonidas
ass
in there. That's
Leonidas.
There was something going on back then.
Just grunting.
Nice grunt right in your.
Fucking rock hard abs on your lower back.
Oh, what the hell was going on back
A
then?
nice, all a tight shield.
Oh, forget about it.
Do we really have to be in the phalanx?
Yeah, phalanx.
Nice thumb in your booty. Thank you. Can we fight in the shade, please, faggot? They always gay. All of them.
Damn. And you guys had different history class than me, man.
Yeah.
We didn't learn that shit.
Nobody learns that Greece was
Sparta
sissies.
and Athens.
What did you learn in your history class?
I don't remember a fucking thing, man.
Christopher Columbus, like all of us.
Yeah.
Got here and discovered a country that people already here.
I was from that one, huh?
I was from the old
What do you
school
want?
history.
Nobody ever but we still don't give a shit.
No one cares.
We still don't care.
How do you discover a place where people are already living there?
It's civilized discovery.
But no one cares. This is the thing about this.
Civilized.
It
all goes back to marketing.
We don't care. This fucker discovered a place that people were there all fucking ready.
They had towns and
he
roads
is a beloved dirtbag. He raped and pillaged. But we love him.
Great.
He
came
fucking found a place that already existed.
I forgot he was Italian.
They were just fucking hanging out. They didn't even know.
They knew.
They didn't know what?
They didn't know where they
were eating the corn that they were growing.
Yes, they
fucking asshole.
They didn't know the potential. They didn't know what was going on in Europe. They didn't know the potential.
Did they need to?
Yes.
I don't know what's going on in Europe.
Someone was coming to kick
really
their ass.
need to be busybodies?
If it wasn't Columbus, someone else would have come and kicked their ass.
The Vikings would have done it.
It was during the time, and
they knew how to use nature.
What's wrong with you?
They were the original Green Society.
He landed and said, what's all these dirty, dusty motherfuckers move?
It was a time in history I equate to the beginning of Monopoly. Monopoly has two parts to it. When you play a game Monopoly, there's the beginning where you roll, land, buy. Roll, land, buy.
Okay.
Everyone gets their shit. Now you got to deal with each other's shit. That was during the buying portion of civilization, where I don't give a fuck who's here. This is now my shit.
No, that's the bartering, and I understand.
We can't right now go into a place and just take it without shit. Like Iraq, we go there. Years ago, it would have been, well, we got there, we killed people, it's theirs now. Fuck them.
Yeah, but why don't we use the Columbus?
Yeah, but that's what you went way where. That's what they did.
Yes.
You can't make it as noble as trading. The fucking Indians were there.
I don't think they're making it noble.
It's not noble. It's the way things were done.
But they just Mazzoling it up.
They were conquerors.
A lot of Mazzola.
They conquered. Yeah,
whole lot of Mazzola.
We fucking needed that corn.
There was no trade. They came in and conquered. That's all you have to say. Don't say discovered.
Spaniards did that too. They came into fucking South America.
Can you just say not discovered?
Central America destroyed
conquered America.
Thank you.
Yes,
that'd be nicer. That'd be more truthful.
He discovered it for the people that didn't know it was there.
Well, why don't we
the other Europeans? They never knew it was there.
He discovered a country he decided to then conquer.
Why don't we use the Columbus philosophy and tell everyone that we're discovering Iraq?
We're discovering Iraq.
Yeah. Seriously.
We discovered Iraq.
They're a bit primitive compared to us, so we go over there.
And it's not a war in Iraq. We live there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Say we're discovering.
We live in Iraq.
Yes, we're discovering Iraq.
Can I just ask you this? This is
Even
one thing.
Jesus Obama can't get us out.
This is the one thing. How do we move on? I want to ask you.
All right.
Is there any historical question, controversy, anything historically that we've moved on from? That in your mind you go, how do we move on from this? With no one actually answering this question. Like, how do we move on from certain things that we know that the world's done and that the government's done, and we go, how the fuck can we move on from this? Like, just like this conversation, how do we move on from Christopher Columbus? Or how do we move on from Gulf of Tonkin? Just how do we move on from... Once you find out... from Vietnam, but anything. How do you just move on?
Ship being blown up.
Yeah. But how do you move on from certain things that you go? Oh, even Iraqi Contras, the Iran Contra.
Yeah.
How do you just go as a public? How do we just go? All right, well, let me just. Or the idea that Bush may have stole one of the presidencies. How do you just? We just go. Fuck it.
You do.
How do you move on?
You know, there's always a new season of American Idol, and you just move on. Man.
Boy, what a point.
That's what it is.
Yes. Put colorful fucking pinwheels in front of us.
Put more shit out there, more distractions.
Yeah. Do you believe in that shit?
Yep. And
you believe in all that shit?
What shit?
All the, you know.
I think Idol or what?
Yeah, what, Patrice?
I think we move on.
Conspiracy shit.
I think a lot of them could be true. I don't know, but a lot of them could be true.
What's your feeling on
anything?
What's your
like what conspiracy?
Anything.
Pick a conspiracy.
Like
any conspiracy.
Could they exist? Yes, I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
I want
The moon.
to
Did we
address
land
your
on the
question.
moon?
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not.
I say
Wait, come on.
I say
See, now I believe that we landed on the moon.
Yeah.
Because here's what I'm thinking. Why the fuck have we never been back there?
Budget.
Put the fucking flag on there. Why doesn't, like, Nike or Coca-Cola fucking sponsor a mission, put a Coca-Cola thing on the moon, you know? We haven't been back there since...
They went in
like
another direction. The
1970.
Apollo program ran out of money. And then they
Why
had
did
to
they
come
do
up
a
with something
30-year
else.
reunion in the
with
year
a shuttle.
2000 or
A
something?
30-year reunion on the moon.
Yeah.
Fucking Buzz Aldrin.
never been back
Put his
there.
old ass back
So
on the
you
moon.
still question that, Judah?
I think it's a possibility.
No.
Yeah.
I think, I think we went.
No,
Anything's a possibility, but
anything is a possibility.
But it's like
unless you yourself are standing there.
Do you believe JFK? Now
I don't know enough about all the JFK stuff.
There's an
I really
innate feeling, like, okay, I saw this whole. My innate gut is that JFK got set up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and the whole setup thing that I have no fucking clue about, but I don't believe
one
dude.
shooter.
I don't believe that. But they showed they did a show where they made like JFK out of Jello. You know,
yeah, the Jello head or whatever.
The Jello head,
the
and
Jello,
the bullet,
JFK.
and the guy fucking shot the Jello, and it hit the.
I saw that shit. Yeah.
And another guy behind it was made out of Tupperware,
Jello.
and it's just like, this is what happened. Really, is that what happened? And I didn't believe that shit. You could have made 8 Jello heads of this motherfucker. I just believe it was what it was. You know what I mean? I just believe it. I believe back into the left.
You're right.
Back into the left. I just believe in that shit.
Yeah.
Not because I want to, because I know there's a lot of propaganda on both sides. But there's some things you just go, God damn, man. Like, damn. I just believe this shit.
And the thing is, there's enough element of doubt where people will keep believing, and other people will go, no, that's just, and there's no way to convince
But it has
anybody.
to be some that aren't conspiracy. Like, it has to be some that aren't, it has to be some that's like completely, like, this is fucked up. And this ain't conspiracy, and this ain't Illuminati. This is just
Well, that's what you're talking about.
fucking
You're
lie.
talking about just before, like stuff that, how do you get past it?
Yeah.
It's it was accepted at the time. You're looking at it through today's eyes and with today's mind. There are things that happen that were completely accepted because that's how people thought. We're so fucking pompous as people now, and I think by saying now, I mean any time in history. Whenever it's the now, you're the fucking most pompous idiots that think, oh, how could that have happened? What, you think you're so fucking knowledgeable? That's the way people thought back then.
Right, and now as we speak, people are making stupid decisions.
That years from now, people go like, how did we fucking do that?
Yeah.
Because we were stupid. And we thought we were the know-all fucking be-all.
We weren't media savvy. Especially,
I know, like in 1914 or something.
Yeah, but I mean,
like,
even in
We
like
got something weeks later in the paper. Wow, the Lusitania sunk.
we're all about the same age. Even in our lifetime, we were brought up. You believe what you see on TV. You believe what you read in the newspaper. You believe what you hear on the
I was
radio.
always raised to question things.
God bless you. Man.
Yeah, always
Not
like.
us.
No, I was raised
don't
to
believe.
just believe
I mean, they
everyone.
didn't what you see. That's someone
was just
trying to sell you something.
But it was an overall
Doesn't necessarily
feeling in
mean
this
it's true,
country.
yeah.
Like if it was on the news, it had to be true.
Right,
If it was in
right.
the paper, it had to be true.
Absolutely.
And now I
Yeah.
don't think we buy into that as much.
Yeah,
in the
I don't think you
2009.
should. Yeah,
You
No.
believed
The news is
everything
just like a
Walter
show.
Cronkite
Right.
told you.
I got to be
Fucking
honest.
Bill Butel got on the news every fucking night. You believed every word he said.
I believe that we landed on the moon because one of the astronauts sent a tweet to me.
Oh, he Twittered you?
Yeah, I got a little
from the moon.
Yes.
Wow, that was the first tweet ever.
Well, yeah, it was the first one ever.
I just personally don't think they could have faked that. Did you ever see Lost in Space? It looked like shit.
let's
About the
say
same time.
this, though.
They couldn't even fucking do that with a budget.
I just like to know, like, everything with I like the logic. Like, I like to go where the logic is of why they would fake that. Like, just like people who don't
Get the
believe in
backstory.
dinosaurs.
Right.
Why would
Sounds like
that need to be fake?
Sounds like it would have been
just let me know.
exhausting.
Religion.
To fake that.
To give validity to your religion, dinosaurs can't exist.
But why
Like
would the
Earl
fake
Douglas,
moon launch? Why would the fake moon landing
I haven't
need
read
to
enough
be?
about it.
Commies?
Well, yeah, there was
Beat
a
the
space
commies?
race between Russia and the U.S. and Russia I think was having the better scientists,
they
and they
were
were
winning.
further ahead. They hadn't put a man up there yet, but it looked like they might be reaching towards that. And then we're like, well, fuck, we got to stay ahead of them.
And we came out of nowhere.
It was like a political thing. And then it was like, hey, look, we're number one, not you guys. We got men on the moon. You did it.
You know what the thing is, though?
I
They didn't
don't know
just...
enough about it, but I think that's the general.
Right, and you don't have to know that much about something to have a logical reason why you might believe in some shit like that.
Would you then try to do it another 8 fucking times? Would you try to then pull the scam 8 fucking times on the people by going from Apollo 11 to Apollo 18?
In 1963,
18 never went.
Just space travel.
18 never went. No, from 11
they were ahead of
to
the game
17
in CGI effects, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
They were ahead of the game in green screen.
They got
and
all that
everything
shit.
in that fake moon landing. It was pretty good with the Earth in the background. And
Yeah, see? That was fantastic back in 1969.
That was some George Lucas shit.
That fucking
Real
shit.
early.
You ever watch the movies from '69? They're cutting edge technology in cinema, and they look like shit. They're being chased by clay dinosaurs. And you tell me they fucking did this moon landing?
We got an expert
Get
on the
outta
phone
here.
that's going to help us out with this.
Awesome.
The great Gallagher. Gallagher.
What?
Gallagher?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you believe that we landed on the moon, sir?
Of course we did.
All right, thank you. I knew we did.
But what's your proof?
Why is Bank of America now down 19 cents?
Oh, well, Gallagher could tell us about stocks, too, that's for sure. How have you been, Gallagher?
I've been just great. I've been flying all over the country, doing shows, and people, they want to laugh. They want to forget about the problems.
Can I ask you a quick question, Gallagher? I heard, is this urban legend that you own the rights to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or ever have?
Yep. I met Eastman and Laird when they first started, and one of the first pictures that they drew was a food fight in a kitchen because they came to my show. And I told them not to name the turtles after Renaissance painters because little boys wouldn't care about that. But they didn't listen to me. And they did their whole project backwards. They sold it to cartoon companies first, and so they couldn't make the movie deal because movies want to own the toy rights. And they sold those first. And so I was able to make the movie deal for them with Golden Harvest.
All right. Bottom line, is your name on it, and do you get money?
No, the money went to my manager.
This seems weird. Like a lot of
that is weird.
This is an uncomfortable. Like I just heard.
I thought it was a comic book first.
I heard that you owned Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in its beginning stages, like back in the day, and you do well.
I made the movie deal, but my manager got the money. Along with another guy.
Touchy subject. Sorry, sorry, Gallagher. I just no. Sorry about that, buddy. Yeah, I heard the silence there, but I didn't realize. I thought you was.
You thought he was rolling in the dough.
I did. Yeah.
There's a couple of people in Gallagher's history that I think he wants to smash their heads like that watermelon. Just put it on the block and fucking crack them.
I'm doing a reality show, and I'm going to start another group like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is called Claw, and this is the Cosmic League of Animal Wrestlers, and they're going to teach kids how to do things right instead of cheat and lie and use a chair to beat your opponent over the head. Wrestlers need to be a positive image for kids.
So it's going to be like amateur wrestling, like college wrestling.
Are they going
It's going to be more like a cartoon.
Oh, okay.
What style wrestling are they going to do? Like professional or like...
They're animals.
They're animals.
So like Kung Fu Panda almost.
It's going to be more like Hulk Hogan's No Holds Barred or Matthew Modine's Vision Quest.
Yeah, all them animal shows now are copying the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
This is going great.
Right.
The panda, you know.
Yeah.
What happened to our
show?
Why are you so certain that we landed on the moon?
Worst timing ever.
Because we have a reflector there, and we can send a
signal up to the reflector, and it comes back again, and we can measure the distance to the moon all of the time.
Yes, with
Plus,
a laser.
You can see the stuff we left there.
Yeah, you can. The little rover, the fucking bottom part of the lunar module.
Oh, it's all on there
But
still?
Yeah,
all
it's
of
still
the
there.
all the amateur ham people listen to the communications during the.
Oh, that's cool. That sounds like.
I'm just saying, like everybody says faking the moon landing, and I brought up the point, or was before the phone, that there were supposed to be 18 Apollo missions, and from 11 to 18, you think they would have tried to fake it that many times? They got away with it with Apollo 11. Let's say they faked it. They go, holy shit, everyone thinks we landed on the moon. Let's do it another 7 times or so.
That's a good point.
And see if we can, let someone onto this. And with 13, let's fuck it up and have to bring them back because of an explosion, and they don't go. Just too much shit went on with the moon landings to say that we didn't go there. So I absolutely believe we went to the moon. Gallagher, comment?
Yeah, we need to go
Thank you.
out into
Thank
outer
you. Gallagher
space because
concurs.
We're going to ruin this planet. We're melting glaciers.
No,
that's
it's just natural history.
That's coming out to be some fucking horseshit too.
I think so.
No, it isn't.
Oh,
No,
Gallagher.
Gallagher, it is.
They said it's
gonna
just
be
the sun.
underwater.
New York is not going to be underwater.
And it's just the sun.
Yeah, way before all that technology we invented, there was a lot more ice on this planet.
Yeah, there was a lot of ice ages and a lot of this.
my God.
A lot of violent movements. I mean, Africa used to fit perfectly into
right in there.
Long Island and
like New York was
Australia
next to Morocco.
and Hawaii were buddies at some point in year 1.
You study those old maps. You're like, what the fuck?
Fucking fit
How does
together.
Florida
It does, though.
line up with
see that.
Africa or whatever
It's
the
amazing.
fuck.
Like, Africa fits right into the niche that, like, Morocco and New York were touching at one point.
You're not a conspiracy guy, right, Gallagher?
No.
Like, is there anything that you believe Lee Harvey Oswald killed JFK by himself?
Well, I am mixed up a lot about all of that.
Yeah, that's a confusing one.
What's your gut feeling, though? Like, you just a gut, call.
Boy, his head came apart like a watermelon, huh, Gallagher?
It sure did.
I just like bringing up the watermelon.
The
all the time
I'm
with
sure he's
Gallagher.
thrilled with that. Gallagher.
Sure did.
But don't forget the big chair.
Yes. The bigger chair was behind.
One of his great specials, man. He had the big chair, the water, the skates. I seen that.
Of course,
one.
I remember the big couch.
I'm coming out with a tour. I'm going out with Foreigner and Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels. And
what? You are?
Yeah. I'm putting
What
together
comedian
a
is
rock
Foreigner?
tour. Yeah. This will be in
Yakov
August.
Smirnoff.
No,
the band, of course.
Oh, the band.
That's his new moniker, the
Foreigner.
Foreigner.
Foreigner. What the cunt.
I don't think Lou Graham sings for Foreigner anymore, though, Gallagher.
And I've invented
right.
a new fun thing called these are clapping hands 6 foot long that extend to 8 foot long. And you wear these to get the crowd going, clapping hands over your head for a large crowd.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm going to sell these to every football cheerleading squad in America on eBay. I'm going to be rich again.
So, again. Uh-oh. What happened to
I got an idea for you that no one come up with, and I was thinking about that. I'm nervous to do it. It's a giant foam hand, and it's like a number 1 sign.
Wow, like
and you put it over your real hand, and it's like a number 1, but it's made out of foam.
What a dumb idea.
I thought that would take off.
That's stupid.
No? Yeah.
You could jack off.
All right, Gallagher. hey, Gallagher. What are you into as far as the market goes? What's the problem?
There's absolutely no problem. I think everybody should buy stocks and keep them and quit farting around at 3:30 every day and selling them off like they're frightened little kittens, and then they buy them in the morning again. They're so stupid.
I'm looking at certain stocks that it's the same graph every goddamn day. It's the same daily graph.
They're nuts. I think a psychiatrist should look at it and tell everybody in America to calm down. They're just plain nuts.
A panicky
Buy
Pete's.
America.
Panicky Pete's, I say.
But get Mr. Gallagher, sir. I hear that they're trying to break down Mexico, Canada, and U.S. into one big thing like the euro, and they're trying to make this. They're trying to destroy the dollar and create this Amero, is what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't mind joining with Mexico, but I don't like Canada because of the French.
No, not joining.
Because of the French?
But not joining. I think they're going to just make us like Europe.
You know what the exchange rate would have to be between the peso and an American?
Yeah, that would never work, right?
An Amero? That's what they're
you
trying.
You can't just even it up and go, all right, we're all even, Steven.
That's why they just pumped in another $1 trillion out of. They just
out of their ass. They pulled it.
They just printed another $1 trillion. Which makes our money, you know.
It's going to be we're going to wait till we're equal with the peso.
Basically, we're going to be a millionaire, right? Hey, I'm a millionaire, nigga. And it's like, hey, but how much is a loaf of bread? $897,000.
Yeah.
I hear American money they're trying to destroy it.
Well, the Chinese want it. They just said that the other day. They want a world denomination, a world currency, because the dollar is pretty much accepted all over. You know, it's accepted as world currency. You can spend $1 pretty much anywhere.
It's slowing down, though.
Yeah, and the Chinese want this one denomination that covers everything because they see the dollar being so devalued now, and they're kind of losing out because they own a lot of our money. So they want this one denomination, but I think that's very dangerous. I don't like that.
On what level?
Let the Europeans play all nice in between times where one wants to, conquer the earth, and when they don't.
I don't
let
understand
them
why
play
anybody
nice with
would
the
buy
euro.
American when we don't do anything anymore. We don't have American anything. Like we don't.
We're the inventors. We're the inventors of the world. I have a toilet that's being built in China right now that doesn't overflow by the Niagara Company. You know how the kids throw the toilet paper in the toilet at the baseball games and let it overflow?
It's fun.
I have a patent on a new toilet, and they're building it right now over there. We have to have the world.
You know what?
You have a patent on a toilet?
European toilets are amazing. I've tried to fucking stop them up. I've tried on purpose to stop up European toilets. They're amazing.
Let me just think.
Because the hole in the floor is as big as if you make the toilet hole that they fucking cut in the floor.
Right.
Is and the way it flushes, you know how flushes go. Do. Theirs go, like theirs fucking go kablow.
They're screaming.
They blow your toilet paper and shit and anything else you put in there.
I got to go to Europe, man. That sounds awesome.
Dude,
Wow.
A shit in Europe is shockingly fun. And then they all have
a bidet.
I'm gonna not shit for 3 weeks and go to Europe.
And then you go to Europe and take a big
some
fucking
toilets.
You ever had a hot water bidet?
No.
Have you ever had a fucking
That doesn't sound good.
hot water bidet?
No.
Your asshole, there's nothing better for your asshole than to have a hot water bidet.
How does it get all dry, though? That's what I need to know.
Well, it feels funny. And it's a little wet, but it's just clean.
Yes, Gallagher?
I'm thinking of that hot water bidet. I like how he described it. It sounds good.
He did make it sound good, huh?
Dude.
I like that idea.
Dude, you
I was a
gotta
little turned
fucking
off.
enjoy a hot water bidet once in your life.
I was a little turned off.
A little turned off by
by the hot water
Patrice's
bidet.
description of his hot water
it's
bidet.
just- and you can control how hard it shoots. You know, it's just your asshole never felt
Yawning.
better.
Can you put it
We're
on?
Just yawn,
we're firing
thanks.
the wrong people. We should be firing the smart ones instead of the dumb ones from companies, because smart people will come up with new ideas for companies, products, and services. And that's what we need. That's what America's heritage is to lead the world in ideas.
Ah,
So
see?
we need to,
We're
we need to
idea
fire
people.
all the really good people.
And then we get it built somewhere cheap, and that's how we do it.
But if they were so smart, they wouldn't have everything be in fucking third world countries.
But that's where the cheap labor is.
We know, but
We
stop
need that.
fucking high. If they know that the economy, this is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm,
Somebody fucking knows
Build it
about
here,
economy.
man.
Why the fuck, if they know that the country's gonna fall, if they keep having a lot of this foreign horse shit, why do they keep having foreign horse shit? Why don't they just allow us to pay a little more, but our money's worth a lot more.
I like
because
the way
they
you
make
think.
more money by having people do it cheap overseas.
I know
They're greedy.
that's what I'm saying. That's the greedy.
Right.
Greedy.
Yeah. We
Greedy.
need to pay a little more and build the stuff here. And have phone support be here so we can understand what they're saying.
Here's the problem.
Our children can fucking work in sweat houses like everybody else's.
We're in a world economy now, where places like China can pump out products with the little kids working in fucking sweatshops.
Maybe we need to put our kids back to work, like in the
put it back.
industrial age.
I want black and white pictures of kids near like banks of sewing machines
soot.
and soot. Little
Losing
fucking
fingers
kids
with muscles. Maybe some 6-year-old boy with muscles.
Because he's toting pallets
this
of
son
paper.
of a bitch is doing those little trains that the seesaw trains that go down the fucking.
The casinos are full.
Yeah, let's do that again.
Wait,
man.
Gallagher's got some.
Yes, Gallagher?
Gallagher?
I work in these casinos, and they're all full, so I don't see where the downturn is.
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
I'm with Gallagher on that one.
Yeah,
Gallagher, do you buy your watermelons from China, or do you have them here in America?
Domestic melons?
I want to make sure everything's cool.
You know, you're
Mexican melons. Yeah, cheaper down there.
All year long, Mexico.
Are you sick of squashing the watermelon?
Why would he be?
Well, I smack a lot of other things. It's not just the water.
Yeah, Opie.
Jesus, come on,
Come
dude.
on.
But that's the closer.
The
That's
That's not the
Sledge-O-Matic.
closer,
That's
man.
his stairway to heaven.
Yeah, but sometimes, you gotta, it's like Prince, man. You change up your shit.
Yeah.
Insult the guy, man.
He smashes like pies and weird
Gallagher's
things that
more
you
than
wouldn't
the
think he'd
watermelon,
smash.
He's a social commentator, Gallagher, man.
He sure is.
Hey, look,
That's
I've
why
got,
we love him
I've
on the
got
show.
a patent on the software for the next generation of slot machines. I'm going to be rich all over. I won't need to smash watermelon.
Yeah.
Gallagher, can I ask you, what happened financially?
How do you get a patent?
Yeah, what do you say? I'm going to be rich again.
Yeah, you said that this is the running thing. Is that what happened?
Well, I'm not as rich as I used to be.
Yeah, what
I believed
happened?
in America.
Well, the
I
brother
bought
thing.
stock all the way down, man.
Mm-hmm.
He believed in
I
America.
didn't short the market. I'm not going to bet against America.
Did you lose some money when the tech bubble burst?
I was standing right there. It's all over me.
Like that fucking watermelon.
He hit the tech bubble.
That's what he smashed with that Sledge-O-Matic.
Oh, Gallagher, that's a shame. God damn. You got to,
I've got a lot of patents, and I'm going to revolutionize the world all over again.
What kind of slot machine? Really, I just got to hear, what's the difference between your program for a slot machine and the slot machines that are out there?
The icons that go around on the rollers are going to move. And that you don't win unless the action matches when it hits the pay line.
Isn't that how it works now?
He sounds like Gallagher Hughes. He's built his own plane.
I want to buy TWA.
I am Howard
Gallagher,
Hughes.
and I'm buying TWA.
Wait, he's saying he is Howard Hughes.
I want to hear about what are the other patents?
Wait,
Yeah. What kind of patents he got? What else?
Well, I've got a patent for a shower that turns off when you step out of the water to save water. I have a patent on a hat for blind people that shocks their forehead when they see the light and they don't need that white stick anymore. I have a patent.
Wait.
All right. This is what we want to hear.
That sounds.
All right, back up to the electric hat.
Yeah, all right, hold on.
The blind man hat shocker.
Judah Friedlander, what do you got?
I want to get one of those and wear it.
Yeah. So how does this work there, Gallagher?
It has the photo cell on the front of the hat. When it sees light, it gives a little shock to their forehead. Right now, they're hardwired.
But why would a blind guy want to be shocked to his forehead?
And what does the light have to do with it? What is that telling him?
Yeah.
Where the door is.
What?
Where the door is.
I see. No, wait a second. They have this, let's be fair. They have this for dogs. It's called invisible barriers.
Fence, yeah.
So it's almost, you created that same thing for blind people. It's like an invisible guide, almost like a force field, right?
What if the sun
right
is
now,
still
if
shining?
you look on the internet, they're hardwiring these photo cells into people's brains. And I said to myself, people don't need to have a brain operation. They just need a baseball hat.
What about sunglasses that shock deaf people?
How about a cuckoo clock that comes out and says Gallagher?
Go on, Keep laughing. I'm going to buy this damn
Keep laughing. He's going to be laughing all the way to the bank, Patrice.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, Patrice?
What?
We don't know this Patrice guy.
No.
He's a comedian that came in to promote some local
What the
gigs.
fuck is wrong? What the?
So I apologize. Gallagher is a friend of the show.
The shocking hat. I want to hear a couple more.
What else we got? Yeah, these are
what
great.
else we got? They are good.
Wait, let's run them down, though. It's the toilet.
Toilet.
I like the toilet.
It's the shower that turns off when you get out.
Because that twist of the wrist. Oof.
Because a lot of people spending a lot of money on water.
Because wait a minute. Hold on, Gallagher, because I'm with you on inventions. I say all inventions have to do is just think of how to make things lazier, right? And all you have to do is say, man, this would be great if I didn't have to turn my fucking shower off. I didn't have to. If I had a better toilet.
Once you get the water temperature combination the way you want it, you're going to lather up or shave. You don't want to run the water out of your tank while you're farting around. And so you step back and it goes off. It just has the same thing.
Yeah, but everyone enjoys the warm water on their body, Gallagher.
But he's saying you set
You're
the
saving
water.
water, though.
No,
You're saving
he's
it.
saying while you're lathering up, you back up.
It's to save water, right?
Right.
Right. And so I got it patented in 3 months. If you have something to do with the environment, they call it fast track, and they give you the patent in 3 months.
Ah, look at that. So you're doing a lot of environmental
So what are the
inventions?
other ones? You started to say another one that sounded
I've got a
interesting.
solar-powered Coke machine.
Right.
That's
So you can have a Coke machine that's not connected to the electric grid.
Oh, wow. So it sits out there and the sun hits it. And
that idea
okay, all right.
Yeah, Coca-Cola is looking at it right now, and if they don't buy it, I'm heading to Pepsi.
All right. Anything else?
And you also got RC Cola, just in case, you know.
Yeah.
Just in case you get two rejections, Gallagher.
I've always had my patent on the family reunion facility. I'd love to talk to Donald Trump. He needs to build one at his casinos.
What is this?
Well, you know, it's a big area for people to have a family reunion surrounded by...
You invented the banquet hall.
Well, you can put a patent on a floor plan.
Wait, explain the family reunion area.
How do you learn so much about what
I know what it is.
Yeah,
this guy's smart, man, because all you have to do is you make up space, and tell me if I'm wrong, Gallagher, where it's shaped like the grandmother, shaped like the grandfather, shaped like the children, right? And they have their little designated areas that they stand, right?
No, it's a banquet hall surrounded by bedrooms, so when you get drunk, you don't have to drive drunk.
Oh, that little thing, but you just took off the little pesky name hotel.
No, hotels aren't safe for kids.
What?
Why not?
Because the hallways, anybody can open the door and grab your kid. They go up and down
that's
in
a
the
bit
elevator.
exactly. You're taking all the fun out of it.
You're going to have a room with just bedrooms and no hallways.
Yeah, there you go. How about security cameras?
And a kitchen in the common area so you can smell your food cooking. That's part of appetite.
All right. I hear what you're saying.
7 tables together in the restaurant isn't homey and fun. I want families to get together so kids don't join gangs.
And yeah, but where is this family reunion? In a casino?
Well, it could be any place where there's an activity that the family could engage in after they, get together and meet each other, like a golf course or an outdoor area or, casinos.
Are casinos good places for
Disneyland?
kids, though?
Yeah, casino's probably not so good for kids.
Well, somebody has to watch the kids while the parents go, and then the parents come back and the grandparents go. Everybody's gambling. They just love it. They sit there, they commit themselves to a couple of $100, and they just push a button all night. I work in these casinos. I see them do it.
Mm-hmm.
Gallagher, 2012.
I'm going to be filthy rich.
He's not into the 2012 thing. Isn't that the end of the world?
I'm just seeing.
Supposed to be.
That's when all my patents come in.
Oh, they do?
That's when I get my back pension, Spanky.
2012.
Right.
This is amazing, dude.
There's a whole new
inventor.
side to Gallagher that
I really want to buy those blind man shocker hats.
Yeah, you know.
Gallagher is a day trader, and he's an inventor, and he also does a fine job on that comedy stage.
Can I help patent a T-shirt for Gallagher called "Fuck Watermelons"? No more watermelons. Fuck that, right, Gallagher? This is big.
You're moving on from that into the world of inventing.
This is big.
Hey, we got a blind guy on the phone for real, and he wants to ask you a question about the blind hat.
I got an invention: steps that move up and down.
Here's Blind Dave from Massachusetts.
They almost escalate you somewhere.
Hey.
All right.
Easy.
All right.
Blind Dave. Patent on that yet.
I got a question for Gallagher.
Yeah.
What if the door is closed or there's no light coming through it? What am I going to do then?
Hit your face,
You know what?
shock boy.
That's an excellent question.
I'd be willing to work for a small fee and help you work out the bugs there.
Well, even if you have your white stick and the door is closed, you still ain't getting out of that room.
You got that straight, so what am I using your hat for?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, what do you got a dog for if you can't open the door?
What do I need the hat for if I got a dog?
This is fucking shocking.
Jackass.
This is shocking.
And Patrice's pesky word for hotel is the funniest line of the day.
This is so shocking, man.
Blind Dave. That's it?
I don't understand.
Gallagher, comment on what Blind Dave saying?
Yeah, what's the deal with the no light and the door closed, sir?
Yeah.
Well, it's the same for people that can see. If the door's closed and it's dark, they can't find the door either.
No, but he doesn't want to hit the door, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't solve everybody's problems, but I can solve the one.
So what the
about
fuck do they need your open door shocker for?
Because they can see light. Blind people want to know where the light is coming from.
Oh, I see.
All right. Makes
fuck.
sense, sure.
I'm with you, man.
I'm just saving people from having a brain operation. You can go on the internet and search, and you can see they're opening people's heads and putting wires into the optical part of their brain from a photocell.
Right.
I believe that.
Yeah. All right, Gallagher. Anything else going on?
Yeah, I want to take the bone out over my heart so that if I have a heart attack, I can reach in there and squeeze my heart. I hate the idea that somebody's going to lay me down and beat on me. You know how they...
Oh, he wants to squeeze his own heart.
You want to remove your sternum and just kind of...
No, just the rib that goes over my heart.
Oh, okay.
Are you getting a patent for the removal of that bone? Are you going to rename that bone the Gallagher bone?
The Gallagher bone has got to be removed.
I want the Gallagher bone out of there.
Wait, you want to reach in... He wants to reach in and squeeze his own heart.
This is amazing.
Because on the way to the hospital is when your brain gets dead, you know.
But usually, under those circumstances, aren't you unconscious? That's the reason someone else has to punch your chest?
Yeah, they always beat on your chest to get your heart to go again, and I just want to reach in there with a couple of fingers and squeeze.
But you wouldn't even be able to punch your own chest. That's the whole thing.
No, you say it at first.
Yeah, well, you could use your arm for the heart muscle instead of, need the heart muscle. Or else I need to move my
when you
heart
feel it coming, I guess.
Pat needs a
You
little
know what?
work. Yeah.
I want to remove my whole chest so that I can just squeeze my clogged arteries like toothpaste to just slide all those fucking...
Slide that nasty shit out.
Yeah,
right.
just get it all out.
I need arteries like that toilet in Europe. I want a big hole.
Yeah, a lot of room.
Hole, right?
A lot of room for the cholesterol.
I want to cut down the holes in my body. I want to shit out of my eyes.
Yeah.
I want to sew my asshole closed, my mouth. I just
Sure.
want to do everything with my eyeballs.
All right.
I want less holes in my body.
Gallagher, anything else?
No.
No?
I've got more, but I could go on all day.
Any stock recommendations, Gallagher?
Yeah.
Man, fuck stock.
I buy the financials, and I buy the and gold, and I think a combination of the two is a good balance.
There you go. See,
Gallagher knows his
diversification.
Last time he came in to see us, he spent 6 hours day trading after we left the station.
I'm laughing with you, Gallagher, because this is amazing.
That was an awesome interview, man.
Yeah, GallagherSmash.com. You got a lot of tour dates you're promoting. April 2nd, Infinity Music Hall Bistro in Norfolk, Connecticut.
I need a rap group to work with me on my tour in August because I
no,
can't
you don't.
just do.
No, you
Yeah, I
don't.
do.
Why would you want a rap group?
They bring their own
Because
hammers.
they're going to bring their kids.
They're going to shoot your watermelon before you get to smash it.
They're going to bring their kids.
And they're going
You're gonna
to
smash
too much old rock and roll. I want
It's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go, I don't need my motherfucking shower to turn off, nigga. And then hit you with the sledge-o-matic.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't making products for you.
Don't smash any eggplant.
No, I'm talking about the rappers. When you try to introduce that sledge-o-matic. I mean, when they try to introduce that water thing. You got to be careful,
Yeah,
man.
well, I didn't tell you. Yeah, but they're going to love my big clapping hands. And hell, by August, I'll invent 5 more things.
All right.
Wow, Gallagher,
Cool,
you
man.
are into
Gallagher,
it.
you're rocking, man. You got too much going on, I'm thinking.
No, you can't. I'm an American. This is what we do. We invent.
All right, come in and see us soon, will you?
Okay, bye-bye.
What?
He's the greatest interview in the history of planet Earth.
He's
man.
amazing.
Holy
Dude,
shit!
We had him in studio
fuck?
once. It was amazing. The guy was amazing in studio.
What is he?
And then we destroyed the studio. He smashed everything.
What is
he brought in his whole act, and they were pissed at us for a month.
He is out of his fucking mind.
Yet he believes we landed on the moon.
True. Yeah. I found that
More
hard
proof
to...
that.
But
we might not have.
I don't want to say Gallagher's crazy. I refuse. Like, it's just too many people. You just blow that off.
Yeah.
As this guy's crazy, but I don't know. This guy might be.
He's got an interesting mind.
The best
8-foot hands.
The best idea I ever heard for why there's space travel was from a guy that was supposed to be crazy. Is that the aliens knew how to manipulate the magnetic cores between planets.
Yeah.
And they knew how they just used that.
Yeah.
And I said that is the.
Gallagher just patented
He just patented that shit. That's why he knows there's a.
It's amazing.
He went to
He has the
moon.
fast track patent.
Yes, it's on the fast track because it's environmental.
Which sounds believable though.
Yeah, it does.
We got to step aside. So Judah
I got to
Freelander.
bust out, actually.
All right, TLA.
Thanks so much, man. That was fun, man.
I hope you had fun, man. You got to finally hang and just kind of go with the show.
Got to talk to Gallagher for the first
I
time.
know.
Nice,
How
right?
fucking big a treat
Pretty
is that?
cool is that?
I didn't even get to say.
Not too.
30 Rock's the only show at this point I'm watching every single week.
Oh, cool. Thanks,
and
man.
it's getting better and better. And you guys got picked up for another season, I hear, right?
Yeah. We
That
did
is
get picked up for
awesome.
next season. So.
That is awesome. And then you got the TLA gig.
Yeah,
for the
TLA,
comedy.
April 4th, Philly. And, you can go to my website, worldchampiontheworld.com or livenation.com, and type in the word champion for a password. Get discount tickets.
That's cool. And then
Awesome.
Patrice is going to be at Bananas in Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
This Friday and Saturday. More info, call 845-462-3333.
Is that all?
Huh?
That's it?
Taking a break.
Show's over?
Taking a break.
Oh, okay.
Opie and Anthony.